How do we play on the fire thing?
Fire?
Fired.
You mean fire?
Remember, we're supposed to both be fired, or like there's all this talk about us being fired. Or...
Where's your zesty towel? Don't you have like a?
Yeah, I fucking couldn't stop at Target.
Let's try not to swear for the beginning part, but boom. Wait, you think we're live? Yeah. What? Wait, Trump merch? So wait a minute. Bussy, baby oil, MAGA. What's going on? You having like a midlife crisis? I mean, I don't want to like throw that evil on you.
I want to be white, Adam.
There are many ways to be white. Many of the MAGA supporters out there are actually adamantly anti-baby oil.
That's what I was saying. So today, I got a letter from Uncle Trump.
$1,200 stimulus.
Yeah, and it was just a letter, and he said that MAGA supporters are not with the flag. So I got to drop my flag today, Adam.
Really? So you decided
the gay run is over.
You went gay and went ungay in the course of, because all right, I'm gonna be real with you. Trump throughout his whole campaign, they bill him as being like super anti-gay. He went this whole campaign without really saying anything anti-gay. At one point, he draped himself in a rainbow flag and went on stage. This is a real thing you can look up.
Drapo the ruler.
He had texted me before that. Me and Trump had, we've been in. He texted me before that, like, "Hey, you should do some weird stuff like I did." I just went on one.
Let's just start here. What were you thinking when you did the Bussy thing? And I say that just saying that, like, I'm a white boy. I do gay humor all the time, and that was a lot, even from my perspective. And from the perspective of a dude who's really in the streets, I don't know.
So look, they clipped it great.
Right.
Because they clipped it before I broke character.
I saw the full clip before I saw the clippage. I saw the full Cam Capone
you were
clip.
on me about it. You had been on me. I'm like, dang, Adam was on me for like 2 days before it even went viral, and then it just went viral. Remember, you like, so what are you talking about, Gucci Man?
I was a little baffled in the group chat.
It's a little confusing. And my thing was, because I was on the stream with Joe Budden and Whacking all them and Loose, and they're asking me about it. They're like, Brick's your homie, right? I was like, yeah, that's my boy. What's cracking? You feel me? And they're like, well, what's up with what was he saying about Gucci Mane having good, B word? And I was like,
I think you said Bussy. We have Bussy on the title.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, yeah, Gucci Mane having good Bussy, and I was like, well, I don't know. I think he was joking, but if he wasn't, maybe Bricc knows something we don't. You feel me? He affiliated with the Wumpy Y MPA and all that. Maybe
it's
he
so
knows
much crazier
something.
than like if I said that about Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Could be awkward socially. Who knows when I'm going to run into somebody that's signed to Rock Nation, whatever. But I don't know him. But like in other clips from that same interview, you're making it clear that you guys just spend a lot of time around him. You know stuff about him that I've never really heard said publicly. Like you're kind of like describing Guap's character in a way that I haven't really seen done online. And one thing that stood out to me is that, and I realize that we're talking our asses off and not letting you talk, but
no, it's good.
It's like the way you describe Gucci, I feel like is the way that people prop me up to be. Like I'm the biggest a-hole, narcissist, impossible to get along with. And then I hear you saying all that about Gucci, and I'm like, this sounds familiar. I've heard many people describe me this way, and I always feel like it's a little bit of an exaggeration. Like anybody who knows me knows I'm a little prickly. You can definitely catch me on the wrong side of the bed, and I'm not the nicest guy. But I feel like largely, and that's why when I was on live stream and Damn Homie was describing me, and she was like, Adam has never been anything but kind to me. He's a cool guy. He's chill. He treats people all right. I'm watching it. I'm like, yes, that is how I feel about myself. But then I have all these clout monsters, and I realize I'm probably worse than I'm making it sound. But like, I got a lot of people making me sound like I'm kind of like the way that you were describing Guap.
So that's what I basically was saying. You remember I told you one day, I'm like, Guap was my favorite artist till I met him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, some people you wish you never
heartbreaking
meet. You'll never meet. You wish you never meet in life because it's like you, like, are God to me. Like at this point,
and if you're gonna get into the rap game, you're gonna go through that process repeatedly,
right?
Repeatedly. So at the end of the day, what I was saying, because I was playing, because I didn't want to just be like, Gucci's a bitch. You know what I mean? Like
a bitch or like an asshole?
An asshole, but a bitch. No, Gucci a gangster though.
That's what I'm saying.
Gucci a gangster, but he's like, he has this bipolar twitch to him to where he'd flip out and just get on some hoe shit with to niggas around him.
Well, he's
You
always
get what
seemed a
I'm
bit
saying?
bipolar. Even like the classic Gucci Twitter rants.
All that. Like I've seen that firsthand. So like, I love bro. Let's get this. Still got hella love for him, right? But when they were saying he got rid of the whole roster, I just had a flashback of when he got rid of the whole roster and he didn't, but we all like shook. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like when Scooter came home from jail, it wasn't the same love after he made Columbia. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but people are always really quiet about how their relationship fell out with Gucci, because there is a Young Scooter song where he says like, I'll probably never do another song with Gucci, man. And I was just like, I remember hearing it and being like, he's never said a bad word about Gucci like publicly in an interview or anything, but he just right there said he's probably never going to mess with him again.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's like a cognitive gap of like why exactly people feel like that.
Like, it's like, okay, it was beneficial. Like, everybody was like, when Gucci was going, and it was a mental breakdown. I watched it happen. Like, I used to kick it, and Gucci couldn't put a lie detector thing on. I kicked it with Gucci every day for at least 150 days.
This
straight.
is pre-prison, correct?
No, so when I came home,
No,
from
I'm saying
prison,
for him. This is like,
right. I was with him all the way up until
Pre-freak out.
he kicked us out the studio.
Pre-2014 freak out where he went away, came back buff.
Yeah. So Molly
allegedly
Gasoline.
a clone.
I'm gonna tell you the exact project, Molly Gasoline.
Yes.
And I remember that.
Series
Which
project.
is 3 different tapes.
And I listened to the Lean one the other day. Me and Leonard both working on our computers, and for some reason I played that. It's a fairly unhinged project.
All those tapes are hard.
It's indicative of him being very all over the place. But I had like a whole summer of my life where that was all we listened to was those tapes.
The Molly tape is my favorite by far.
I done been on like 10 shoot-offs this week.
Wait, but wasn't that Trap God?
That was Trap God?
Trap.
I think so, yeah. Because I listened to all those.
With Scooter.
My favorite song off of Molly Gasoline was Version in. Baby girl ain't no version.
Oh, yeah.
Baby girl, what you
I'll probably
mean
never
she
listen
ain't
to
no
another
version?
tape as much as I listened to those tapes. Because back in the BMX days, we would just pick an artist.
So this is
a
the
million
time.
times.
Trap House 3. That's
Young
the
Dolph,
one.
he would go back to Memphis maybe for like 3 days at a time. He was with us for damn near the whole 100-something days straight. But we kicked it every Monday. We watched Love and Hip Hop together, 1,000 Wings.
That's
we
gay.
did a couple strippers go to Magic City. He was on house arrest.
Yeah.
So we was at the studio. So no, Stevie J was his favorite character at the time. So he like, man, Stevie finna come on, y'all coming? Like, woo, woo. Like, he used to throw Love and Hip Hop parties on Monday.
So when y'all all got kicked out of the studio, what was that story? What happened?
No, so all right, so let me go. So Duke was the first one to get the band from the studio. Duke don't be working, so he kicked Duke out. So Duke like, man, I ain't going up there. Now me and Duke was like this. Like, can't nobody tell me nothing about Martinez Arnold. This is my boy.
Duke's
you
hard.
Know what I'm saying? Like, so Duke like, so now you making it rough because now we got to come up there and record. Then Thug just like, I don't want to just put everybody's business up there, but like, the Thug stopped coming around a little bit. You get what I'm saying? Like, one day, I ain't even gonna put that story out. Whenever Thug want to tell that story, because I don't want to piss nobody off.
There's a lot of people in the Atlanta cool kid scene who you've kind of like over time seen not really working with Gucci. And it's like, if you have that kind of mentality of like, well, why is he not doing songs with him? It would make sense for him to do songs with him, given his legendary status.
Yeah.
You got to kind of fill in the blanks and be like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe they don't get along.
Well, it's not even don't get along. He be tweaking out, so it's like you might be around him, and then it's like, how many times you gonna deal with a motherfucker flash out for you, pop his ass? Like, you get what I'm saying? And then it's Gucci. You can't pop Gucci. Can't do no weird shit to Gucci. What we gonna do? That's like shooting Nipsey. Like, nigga, like, you did some weird. You can't shoot Nipsey. It don't matter what he do.
Well, someone did.
I know, but I'm just like, nigga, and look how the world views him.
Yeah.
No, like I think what I've always observed from Gucci, and it's kind of funny that you made the comparison to yourself, is that Gucci takes on a lot more than he's actually capable of delivering. Gucci is responsible. Gucci's cosign is on every single rapper from the trap era to blow up from 2011 to 2016.
And still in modern times, a lot of
Period.
these guys. You know?
Yeah. But at that time specific, I know he's still like he dropped everyone besides Pooh Shiesty, right? That's the thing. He dropped everyone besides Pooh.
And Fujiano.
And Fujiano. Okay.
Because if he dropped Pooh, he would have probably had to drop Pooh Shiesty.
But starting with Waka, which is actually before, that was like 2008 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like
they fell out. How many times has he rebranded Bricc Squad?
Yeah.
Right.
And so icy. He had to they went at it about the Bricc Squad stuff. So now it was 1017 Monopoly, 1017, So Icy Boy, So Icy Record. Like, this is him rebranding a million times. I don't know if he's getting a new deal through like a distribution or something where he's getting money to sign new artists. But it's like, you're getting rid of all of these artists that you deal with. And I feel like it's not because of the work ethic or the talent. Like, you do be signing some, like,
he signed too many people, though. That's the thing. Like, how can you really, just because you give someone...
But it be that mental glitch that he got, bro. I'm trying to tell you, like...
That makes sense.
They said that he asked for Big Scar chain back.
Right.
Like, who in the fucking a right mind is getting the chain back?
But you definitely believe that?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I just don't want to put like
the text
unnecessary shit on him. But
I don't want to. No, I'm not trying to slander him. But I'm just saying.
But that
like
was
the
old,
series of events.
Well, a couple years ago. Yeah.
But that's the series of events that coincide. Like, it goes with this story. I'm not trying to bash Gucci. Like, it's just like he flips out. Like, it's not healthy for him to sign artists.
When's the last time you talked to him?
When he came on 20, what was that, 17?
16, that was 16 he came on.
Yeah.
Like May or June of 2016.
Yeah, when I was with him East Atlanta Santa video. I was with him with the video with him Long Way and that whole first little tape that he dropped. I was around.
Wasn't East Atlanta, that's before East Atlanta Santa. That's like previous to his incarceration.
No, he came home and he made an East Atlanta Santa, didn't he?
I thought that was before. You might be right, but I remember the first day out. That was like this first single he recorded.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Yeah. I know it was some type of Santa song, and then it was like for a little 2 months span. Because mind you, I went on the run, top of 2017. So I came around, and it was kind of odd when I seen him because the last time that we seen each other,
he kicked you out the stew.
Yeah, but no, I came back over there and we was drinking lean and shit. We got over that kind of, but I still I held the grudge. You get what I'm saying? Like,
why he kick you out?
We stopped going. No, he kicked he kicked Ill Will out the studio.
Okay,
so, this was documented in that Cam Capone interview. If people want the full analysis,
yeah. So Ill Will comes in. He doesn't carry cash. I'm getting Kid Ink a feature. Gucci's doing it for the ultimate low. He give me a $5,000 tag. I don't put no tax on it or nothing. So it's like Ill Will turns into Adam. He takes Gucci in the room and starts asking him about everything from rap. He just wants to know him. And you know, Ill Will was a journalist at the time. So, I mean, before this.
Right.
So the hot new hip hop Ill Will came out.
Right, yeah.
And by the time that he was done talking, he like, all right, you got that money so I could go in here and do the verse. He's like, bro, I don't carry cash. He's like, hey, respectfully, all y'all get y'all shit together and get the hell up out of here.
I'd be mad too.
So a Gucci Mane and Kid Ink song never came out?
It never got recorded.
They never recorded it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was about to do his verse, and then he was like, what's up with the money? And bro was like, I ain't got it.
We all understood this shit, but then he like, shitty Long Way, y'all leave too, because y'all bought the motherfuckers in here, man. Get on. Come on, man. I see y'all again. I see y'all tomorrow, son. Come on, y'all gotta go. But that's how he kicks motherfuckers out the studio all the time.
Yeah. When I heard that, I was like, that is exactly how I would want to act in that situation. Like, you have your space. Like, when we're in here and there's like a bunch of random lingerers, and sometimes they be sticking around a little too long. And you know, sometimes I'll tell the security like, yo, can you like put a little bit of pressure on them to skedaddle so that they get the fuck out of here in the next 20 minutes?
Walk up on you and say, hey, you rap? Are you rapping tonight? You rap? Hey, y'all gotta go.
Yeah.
You don't rap, get the fuck out.
And as a boss, as a CEO, you almost have like employees and shit so that you don't have to do that. So you don't have to be the asshole. That's actually honestly one of the best parts about having security outside of the fact that like they're going to protect you if somebody, tries to do something to you, is just like not having to necessarily do the dirty work Like picture back in the back of the store on Melrose during the peak of that shit. You might easily have 50, 60 people collecting back there. And at some point it's like, we got to do an interview. It's like, I'm the fucking boss man. I'm the viral clip waiting to happen. So if I walk into that group of 50, 60 people and say, hey, everybody, y'all got to go. Half of those people have egos. Half of those people feel like they rappers, even if it's just in their head.
But Gucci a big nigga ready to fight too.
See, and that makes it even weirder, because then he gonna feel a little bit
ready to squabble like, nigga, you gonna get up out of here, nigga, or we finna take it to how we gotta take it. You finna leave my shit, and it's your shit, so you gotta go.
That makes him a lot realer than a lot of people. I would say,
he a real. That's what I said. He ain't he just bipolar.
But also, it's like you just don't want to give people such an easy story about you, such an easy layup. It's way better, like as the boss man, to be able to have a little bit of distance between you and like the person who's clearing random bodies out of the fucking spot.
Gucci don't think like that.
Well, that's also going to make you an enemy for life.
Exactly. Because people are going to take it different.
We had Shell. Shell was a security, but he don't have security like when he kicking it. You know what I'm saying? He got it. You know how street.
I mean, the Bricc house.
Yeah,
with the way people
factory.
talk about it, it sounds like the Bricc factory. It was just a straight drug-a-thon.
Yeah, I thought it was a compound with like armed.
Actually, sounds
soldiers.
Amazing to just have like you're a big deal and you got just a straight trap spot full of young motherfuckers rapping and shit. Like if we had that going right now, it would be fun as fuck until it's not, and then it would be a pain in the ass.
It was fun and. Like Chief Keef was coming around at the time, like everybody. That's how I met Bands and Victorious, and then end up meeting Dirk. Like all of that, like he did have all the young dudes at the Bricc factory.
Yeah, that's like when they made like Darker and all that.
Because we all had like shit, everybody in there ready to go.
You remember when it was announced randomly one night? I'm thinking 2012, 2013 or some shit. It was like Gucci Mane, 1017, and Sosa's label are like merging.
Yeah.
They're going to become one. I remember even having no experience in the industry and being like, how the fuck is that supposed to work?
Well,
that is a ridiculous concept, and you never heard another word about it again.
It was a joint venture.
They did put out the tape together.
Darker. It was a lot deeper than that. Sosa was saying like, that's my dad. You feel me? Like into that song.
Juice will do that to you. Juice will make you feel like a random rapper is your dad.
I just bought 6 pints. They dark as fuck.
Yeah, stop playing.
Oh my God, the best.
That's one of the best verses in hip hop history. Let's be honest.
It was one thing about the Bricc factory that I was gonna say. I mean, but overall, Gucci went from having 100 niggas ready to do whatever before he went to jail, and I know he a changed man now, but by the time, like, I wasn't traveling with him and shit no more at all. By the time, the only person that was traveling with him was Spud, the security, and the boxing trainer. Like, it was like a 3D thing, like, probably like the whole 2 months before he went to jail. And not to talk too much about what was going on, but he was going through relationship problems with Sis, with Keish.
Yeah.
So I feel like that had a whole lot to do with his mental when he flipped out on Rocco and Juice Man and all the people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I remember being in the A and just hearing that he went on a tear today. Like, I'm like, Gucci is tripping, cuz.
Well, and I think that we're seeing a much more mature Gucci now. This is the Gucci that's making songs like Stop Dissing the Dead. He had a whole song he put out a year and a half ago about.
Okay, so about that.
And that's on the heels of, that's after the Pookie Loke thing. That's after that. That's after that. I already know where you're going.
He did do that, but then he was like, he started a trend he shouldn't have did or something. Like, I think it was more to say I was the first nigga that was dissing the Dead.
That's
songs.
how you took
like,
that?
Yeah, you got to go back and listen to it.
Damn.
But then he
because I took that as like, we need to stop doing this, regardless if he's saying.
It was 2 messages, but listen to the
that's
under
like the same
in
thing
there.
though. Like you know what, you probably right. There's some subliminals, just like you talking about how at the Dirk event, them having the scoreboard with all the, you feel me, dead people. That's like the ops. We're saying, we up on the scoreboard.
Yeah,
there's more of them dead
than
than it's a little subliminal things.
Yeah,
but regardless, I think we can all agree that Gucci did put on a lot of people and then didn't really know what to do with them after they got the cosign.
Yeah, and
I think that's kind of what this is the number one thing.
I mean, and I say when you call him bipolar or whatever, it's like I think of. I had a conversation with somebody who works with him on like a label level or whatever, like kind of when I was first getting into the industry, and I'm asking him straight up fan questions about Gucci because I'm just trying to figure out what kind of dude he is. And I remember him telling me, well, he gave me an example and he gave me like a brief description that stick with me. And the brief description was, he said, Gucci is one of the most I can't remember exactly what words he used, but one of the most difficult to deal with not emotional, but like basically just in his own world, does not give a fuck about how you feel, how anybody feels. That's just who he is. And he gave an example, which, you remember Gucci had this clothing line he was pushing for a while called like Delantic?
Yeah.
Which I don't think we heard about that in a long time. But basically, like, this dude who was working on the corporate end or whatever put together a whole drop, everything about it. And all Gucci had to do was just drop promo on his story saying, hey, this shit is out, go order it. And then when it came time to do the Instagram post, he just said, nah, I don't fucking feel like it.
But that's what made Gucci so fire.
And like multiple people spending huge amounts of time working on this. Who knows how much money they invested. And when it came down to it, he just didn't give a fuck. Oh my God, there's so many funny examples too. Because I remember when it's hard. I went to Coachella as a fan, like early days of No Jumper, right?
Yeah.
And it was listed on the Coachella flyer, Gucci Gang. Lil Pump, Smoke Perp, and Gucci Mane performing together.
What?
Yes, this was a real thing. And so when it comes down to them actually doing it, Gucci basically like looks at them and their crew and stuff and realizes that he's going to be getting on stage with all these sketchy young SoundCloud, right? Not even like Perp and Pump, but all the other dudes that they're with. And he's just basically like, nah. And so the set ends up being Pump and Perp come out, do their 20 minutes or whatever, and then Gucci they get off stage, and then Gucci comes off and does his set, and I'm standing there as a fan just like, what the fuck was that?
Did they perform the song? Did they perform the song together?
I don't think they performed any song together at all.
That's Guap. That's Guap. Like, that's him though.
What's crazy is I remember when Guap was locked up and he had done so much music that his verses were floating around and they would wind up on random ass songs. Like, he had
touchdown. So you got a plug on the Briccs? Hey.
But he got 2 joints with Lil Flashy from, you feel me? 2 songs with Lil Flashy from Go Gang.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember being in the studio with her. How do you have 2 Guap features?
Yeah, I got, but I didn't get my Guap feature like that because I knew he would have smacked my shit. But the one that with me, Pee Wee, and Gucci, is definitely like a verse.
Yeah.
But
you recorded it for y'all.
I got it from, I can't say who, but I got it from the people in the camp.
Most people, the first time they heard Thug,
and it was clear because it's on.
Most people, the first time they heard Thug and Pee Wee rap was that Off the Leash joint by Gucci. That's literally like their first.
Yeah. Nah, Breakfast.
Around that same time, you feel me? That's like that's
out the leash.
That's before Danny Glover, all that. You feel me? Like that was what kind of. I remember hearing that Rolly Polly. I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And then after that, I'm obsessed with Young Thug. That's all it took.
So you're pretty easy though.
But so can we now reveal that you were reached out to by a participant in the 1017 business, and that they told you that Gucci is?
I mean, you're revealing it.
I mean, I'm saying right now, they told you.
Can we talk about it?
They were not feeling the Bussy comments. I wouldn't be surprised if Gucci Mane found out about the word Bussy through this whole exchange.
He didn't even. Nah,
he probably never heard of that.
He
before.
Just was in jail.
Okay.
He's lived in Atlanta long enough. I'm pretty sure he knows what Bussy.
Man, but Gucci don't. Yeah.
If I'm around Gucci, I'm not making any gay jokes.
Nah.
That's why it stood out. He might have never had anybody make a gay joke like that about him before.
Yeah.
I assume. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never heard anything of that degree.
Yeah, nobody see they like, oh, he's playing with the grave digger. Hey man, they done let a grave digger in here, man. I don't give a fuck about nobody's feelings or how they feel about what the fuck I'm saying, nigga. I don't care. So don't think I care about. I got a chance to go viral off your name. I did it.
Booker.
And then you ain't reached out to me in years, nigga. You reaching out because I made a joke about you? But yes, somebody reached out. They was just like, bro, what up? And I'm like, come on, cuz. I said, go watch the whole clip. They call me, and then we'll chop it up because this was somebody close. It's not a man. This is somebody that handles a lot of business over there.
Called you?
I'm not doing no name dropping right now, but it's definitely not her.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah, and basically, I just like, man, come on. You know I love Cuz. I said, nigga, I just didn't want to diss Cuz because when it went through my head, I thought about all the trauma and shit that we went through being signed to our favorite rapper and then having to get into it with him and clash with him too and just be on some fuck you type shit. and everybody in the A, I think this is the same person that called me that got everybody back on the same path because they were doing work for multiple people in the camp. And they like, hey, y'all don't be dissing. Because I wish I could go back. I wish I knew how to dig through IG like trapping them. Because you could go back when Gucci first went to jail. Nobody posted Free Gucci. The Free Gucci didn't start till about 8 months afterwards. The kids were saying it, and then when they start really calling them Free the Trap God, and it like, okay, it makes more sense for Atlanta to be together with the Free the Gucci man.
But he dissed so many people in 2014 before he got locked up that he became a fucking villain in the eyes of so many people. And he's saying me and Waka used to be fucking Nicki Minaj and
tag teaming her.
He's getting into all that crazy shit with Gotti, which still clearly doesn't seem like they ever patched that shit up.
Couldn't have.
Like, a lot of different people were really looking at Gucci as the bad guy. And as the fans, we're all kind of enjoying it to an extent and laughing about it because we're not that invested. But
it was the tightest thing ever.
Yeah, from a fan perspective. Because I remember I was in Toronto when that shit was all going down, and so my phone wasn't working. It wasn't like it is now where you can like easily just have service in other countries and shit. So I would be out riding BMX all day, 10, 12 hours, come home and just go to like complex.com because they were posting like an article every day that was just summarizing all of Gucci's crazy tweets
that he was
and just being like, what the fuck? Like my favorite rapper's on another level.
Bro, I got a Gucci Mane tattoo. He's like the GOAT to me. You feel me? I love Lil.
Yeah, that's great. But I feel like, what was that? Cocaine Rouge. What?
Which volume? 7? Okay, yeah.
Was that the one right before he got big?
Yeah, Gotti?
Yeah. So on that one, I think that Fuck Your Best Friend, that song, I just wanna fuck your best friend for one night only. And if I fuck your best friend, bitch, you better not fuck my homie. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was the diss.
I got you.
That was the decoded diss about. But also, you gotta listen to the verses.
That makes sense. But also, WAP was fucking with Dolph, and I wonder if that like caused a riff as well because
that didn't have nothing to do with it. Because at first, I don't think that was the problem yet. Dolph was still
kind of cool,
still up and coming. I don't think he tried to make that business proposal. I don't know the beef between North and South Memphis, but I don't think that was the problem. That was them. Gucci Man being a narcissist saying you shouldn't drop on 10-17. You know that's my day. And some other underlying conditions alleged that Keish but I heard that it was Gotti girl first. So I don't know. It's just
Mickey and Tricky for sure. Hey, I just want to take a quick moment for our sponsor. Shout out to everything420.com. Check me out now. I just want you guys to take a look at this. We do have a new Supreme Leader.
Oh, whoa.
That's right. That's right. Right here. This is the bong that set the world on fire. I just want to shout out everybody out there at everything420.com. Definitely one of the best spots that you could hit up if you wanted to, invest in something like this. They got gummies. They got all. We got more. I got a whole bag right here. We got gummies. We got packs. That good. We got, what else do we have right here? We got vapes, Super Lemon Diesel, Pulse, THC, vapes, etc. And we have look right here, strawberry sour diesel candies, all of this and more.
Sativa candies? Whoa.
Partnered up with cookies on a lot of this stuff, all available from everything420.com. I think I'm supposed to leave some of this on the table right here. We have the Shroomba
grinder.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff going on here. So shout out to everything420.com for sponsoring
grinder
this episode. You know, we even have the chocolate milk magic mushroom bars right here, as well as we got some rolling papers right here. Basically, shout out to everything420.com. Go get your products as necessary. Anyway,
if you want to see Trump dethroning a pipe,
keep this up here. Yeah,
and I'm finna goom right quick. We're gonna see what they talk
goom out. We got some Ghoul-Aid as well. But let me ask you this: was that something that you were thinking?
Take the time to shout out the plot, the assassination plot on Trump.
What? That's what's on the shirt.
Of course, you got the Donald Trump shirt. Shout out Esco Tees for making the 101 for me.
Holy shit. Anyway, I did want to ask this. Was that when you said the Bussy remark about the great guap? Was that the first moment that entered into your brain, or was this something that you had been kind of stirring up for a while? Were you thinking like, oh, if they ask me about Gucci, I'll say something about how
Nah,
it
it
good
just popped.
because obviously it's a reference to Orlando.
Yeah, it was a reference for Orlando. I just was at the Cam Capone Orlando. I told him I was like, I'm gonna do some Orlando Brown shit, but I didn't know when it was gonna come.
You did kind of seem like you were in a impaired state at that moment.
Yeah, I was
No
drinking.
more than usual, to be fair.
No. I was drinking lean that day. I was whooped.
That's the cheat code. You go and you do content for someone and they pay you, but I don't want to call it like a sign of disrespect, but as a way to like sort of not give them 100% of yourself, you show up kind of loaded. Like when Billionaire Black did the sit down on Cam Capone with O-Block J Hood.
Yeah,
Billionaire Black looked like he was about to take his last breath. And that's not fun to joke about, but he did not look like he was doing terribly well. And I kind of saw that as his way of saying like, all right, I'll take the check to sit down with somebody who's traditionally viewed as my op, but you're not getting the full version of me. I'm going to give you whatever this is.
And also sometimes when there's an element of that, and there's also when you're faded, there's less thought that occurs. There's less action between your brain and your mouth.
to you guys.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I'm not a drug
not to
doer.
me.
So when
I go viral when I get out.
No, I'm
if
not
I
saying
went
it's
and
a
did an
bad
interview
thing.
and I was loaded off a perk or drinking lean or whatever, it's like I would be sitting there happy as fuck having a good old time. But I
Yeah.
also know that, well, shit, they might actually get a better version of me, or at
First
least like
of-
a more exciting.
He lived far, so I'm drinking juice and shit. I done drunk a whole zip and a half on the way out there. I already had a zip pulled up.
Soft
We
news.
in traffic. I pull another little half a zip of Tris on top of it. By the time I get there, there's no cup. Because he like, let's try not to have 2 cups in the interview. I'm like,
Really?
because I think they be tripping off monetization off the double
I just
cup.
feel like
Shoes, styrofoam
some
cups.
people have crazy ideas about what you can and can't get away with on YouTube. And some
Yeah.
people, I notice people censoring words that I'm very, very certain are
To get
not
through,
terms
yeah.
that are getting your video demonetized. And even beyond that, you know, sometimes people be like blurring the double cup. I'm like, listen, I got a million YouTube videos where you can see a purple ass drink in the cup.
Yeah.
And it's like, you think that the algorithm is finally tuned to scope that? I
They
don't
can't
think so.
tell it's not Welch's grape
Now,
soda.
I've had multiple videos demonetized from the pouring up,
yeah, I can see
which,
that.
you know,
Yeah.
you have a pharmaceutical looking ass bottle and you're dumping it in the soda. Like that for sure I get. But like the idea that the double cup alone is enough.
That's teaching parents how to give their kids the medicine as you administer
Administer the proper
medicine they
dosage.
don't want, put it in the drink that they like. That's all that we're showing on the video.
I
And it's
agree.
also it's also showing parents, hey, if your kids are sipping this, if they have a double cup, they might be on drugs, parents. So it's actually a PSA.
At
We're actually
that
spreading
point,
awareness.
if your son comes in, bloodshot, red eyes, telling you,
Have you ever got pulled over with a cup or even like a soda in the bottle where it was obviously lean and they just don't say anything about it?
all the time.
All the time, right? I would
Yeah.
think so because it's just too much of a pain in the ass to like, where you gonna bring it in? Test
Texas,
it?
no, Texas, they got the,
Texas,
yeah, they're
yeah,
gonna,
okay.
they'll take your cup that you already drunk and swap it.
Really?
Yeah, and any discolored soda, like for a second they was drinking out of Pepsi and Coke because that's the only soda
that's
that
smart.
act wasn't turning super purple. They had to do it in that, and they was drinking it in the. That's where the coffee cup come from.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where those little cold, keep your ice cold cup, Texas, because you can't have no double cup.
Well, they
in your
also
car.
had Texas was the first to really be harsh with the laws when it came to syrup.
Yeah,
and
that
all
was Moms Against Drunk Driving. A lot of them,
Mad, yeah.
a lot of mad. They
Mad gay.
Straight up. And that made
Wait.
that made the prices go up and people would think, oh, that's a
Yeah.
place to get.
They
bow
banned it
with.
from the pharmacy. Now
Yeah.
it's probably back due to new like government officials or whatever the case is. But they banned like codeine, like syrup from all their pharmacies. That's why you could go to Texas and get the high like from 07 to probably like 2012.
No, but Adam, like in reference to what you asked, just to summarize it, when you were like, "Hey, is Bricc Bricc? Were you just like faded? Is that why you said that?" Remember earlier in this pod, he even said like, the trauma of being signed to your favorite rapper and then having to beef with him. I think bro's been sitting on that one for a minute, long story short.
No, it's like this. You would want to say, through the shit that you went through, you would want to say, hey, man, fuck Gucci. Y'all don't want to talk about that shit.
But you got too much respect for him, so instead you said he had good boy pussy?
Yeah, so I made a joke out of it. Because he be doing bitch-ass shit when he throw his bitch fit. So it was like a reference, like bad bitch energy. Like, he probably had, that's why I said, I'm just saying, if he had some pussy, it'd probably be good. Like, he got bad bitch energy. That's what I meant when I said, like, I'm just saying, if he has some pussy.
Do you feel like this is part of a growing greater trend in your life in which you've kind of felt the clout and the motion that you get from saying something gay, feeling that really it's an easy laugh, which is why I kind of have to check myself in the booth, because I just be saying some gay shit, people laugh, people feel uncomfortable. It's kind of like an easy laugh, so it's kind of, it's tempting to just go with it. And with you last night, I mean,
man, I think I booked DJ, you, Academic, man, all off the Bussy, man. Come on with it. Who else wants to got some Bussy?
So Academics is trying to have you on now because of the Bussy thing?
I don't know. He told me he been wanted me to come out, but these runs that I've been on, hey, I feel sorry for the people that, hey, and to the homies, I do apologize for everybody thinking that I was on some gay shit. I love you niggas. But y'all, all my homies that know me, y'all know how I play. And y'all know how we play, niggas.
But
so
is this a new thing of you playing in that way?
No, it's not.
So you're like
any nigga that knows me, any one of my homies that kick it with me every day know that I got all the gay jokes.
So I feel like we...
No, hell no.
I feel like I didn't know of you joking around like this until recently, and I can almost say that I don't feel like I can think of any gangster, LA or otherwise, who jokes around in that way consistently.
On
camera, yeah.
But these gay ass niggas, they be tough as fuck on the streets and be sex playing in jail, slapping ass and all that. That's on neighborhood crip, nigga. A lot of niggas been on your platform that I know doing that this weird shit. Nigga, these niggas weird, nigga.
Yeah,
like nigga, I got boundaries, nigga. Nigga, gangbanger. Let me see that dick playing around and shit in jail on neighborhood crib, nigga.
But I feel like jail is different,
brother.
No, jail's worse. That's like
it's worse.
That's
it's gayer, right?
Yeah, gayer.
Yeah.
So you out here trying to be sure you really gay, like, cause all the hubby be like, nigga, shut your gay ass up, nigga. Make you go in there and drop the soap. Weird ass thing. You know, nigga playing around and shit, but some niggas be going too far, nigga. Like, black people don't play dick slap, nigga. It's real gangbangers, dick slap.
I don't play dick slap, period.
I had to deal with so much of that in my life.
Dick slap. You never played dick slap? Yeah, I played dick slap.
No, for sure. I mean, a little bit, yeah. But like, just so many times throughout my life, there's just been times, just people who just doing too much of that. Just because it's not even about like grabbing your dick, holding it, feeling the veins. No, it's more about just like making your homie feel uncomfortable. Like, people were doing that shit in high school and shit, like way too much. And I remember I had this one fucking roommate when I was in college. I had this roommate, this guy Mike, who rode BMX. He was cool, but like, he would joke around about being gay way too much. And I say that as someone who myself, I've done plenty of that throughout my life, but it was just too much. And I remember tripping out on him a couple of times and pulling a Gucci Mane and basically being like, bro, you're a fucking F slur. Don't do that shit to me. Like, stop it. Rah, rah, rah. We only lived together for that short period of time in the dorms at college, right? Like 6 months. I don't see him again for years and years. And then I fucking see somebody from his hometown riding bikes. And I say, hey, what happened to that dude? It's like, he moved to Providence. He's a gay stripper now. I'm like, I knew it. I knew it.
What was the catalyst? Do you remember the catalyst? Like, what was
he used to feel the veins. That's what he was saying. Yeah, he used to play dick grab. Yeah.
What was like the
thing?
You
ever felt your main vein?
What was the thing he did that put you
many
over the
veins.
Top? What did he do to push you over the top? What was the catalyst?
Wow, actually, as long as you're going to ask, this is the weirdest part about it. I'm laying on the bottom bunk sleeping, and he had a girl that I just felt like she wanted to fuck me so bad, and I felt like she wasn't really fucking with him. And they come home late one night, and they start fucking on top of the top bunk. And when they came in, I just pretended to be asleep because I was like really tired. But I
had a bunk bed.
Yeah, and
that sucks.
It was weak. I didn't want to get up. I was just, you know what? We had the bunk bed too. We could have had 2 separate beds, but we unbolted them because we rode bikes in our room. We would be like doing bar spins in our room and shit, which was pretty embarrassing. But I'm like, they're banging on the top bunk and I'm laying there on the bottom bunk. They still don't know I'm up, but it felt like they were both like performing
Like
to
they're
like,
trying to include you.
like get my attention because I felt like she wanted to fuck me and I felt like he wanted to fuck me. And so
you fucked both of them that night.
I fucked neither of them, but I just like, I'm
about
kind
to
of just
say, what
laying
the
there
fuck?
just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what is this? Like, and then he became a gay stripper. So that was, and I remember him telling me about like his dad calling him a faggot and like his dad being like mad homo.
What a prophet.
I know, and I remember telling him, like, yo, your dad, like, I mean, does he have a point? Like, because you do seem gay as hell. Like, I'm not saying it's bad, but like, you do seem like you're zesty. And
like, I could call one of my homeboys, my day was right now, and as soon as I pick up the phone, I'm gonna say something, and he gonna be like, "Here you go with your gay ass." Like, I can do it right this second.
I'm gonna take your
And
word
it
for
got
it.
me
Yeah,
like it, my brother, all of it. Like, that's the humor. Y'all see me talk about my Uncle Mike that tried to make me be from West Boulevard and shit.
Right.
You hang out with Uncle Mike and G-Boy, it's a wrap. They finna be saying, nigga like, hey, little niggas, y'all going to the party tonight? They be like, yeah, where's that? Nigga, in your mouth, everybody coming, bitch ass nigga. Your ass about a year, nigga. Like, they used to play like that when we was kids. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I just was watching Gangster Williams talk to Vlad, and Vlad always loves to ask his guests about Birdman kissing Wayne and everything. And he's Gangster's talking about how back in the day they used to be calling each other bitch. Hey, bitch, or bitch. All that shit.
Slang down there, though.
That don't sound that crazy to me. And Vlad is kind of like, wow, I never heard nothing like that. I'm like, Vlad? What? Like, I feel like that is so not that out of the ordinary. I feel like it's more out of the ordinary now because with social media and everybody calling each other gay and stuff like.
We be the homies call each other bitch all day.
But really, bitch, especially bitch. In that region, like in the South, in Louisiana, in Texas, like look at like any Go Yayo interview from a few years ago. Like he's like, and I told my boy like, bitch, they call each other that. That means like, bro. The same way like Mexicans in LA call each other dick.
And I remember having this conversation repeatedly because like there was a time where there was this other guy who used to do podcasts on this channel, Dole, aka Butter Knife.
Yeah.
And he would get super triggered when people would call him bitch. And like I remember it being a conversation because there was like multiple other people who'd be having on the podcast would be calling each other that and everything like that. And I'm like, oh, like this is just such a weird cultural difference between groups of people. But
in the South, bitch is a regular term. Like they kind of be like, when they be saying it, they'll be like, you ain't from down here. But I be like, nah, we cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? They be like, damn, bitch, what took you so long to come downstairs, bitch? Like, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, hoe ass nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? They say that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's some South Louisiana, Texas type time.
Super.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't really get the same reaction out here. I wouldn't recommend people trying the
but the homie, you can't just
your
call
homie,
anybody, but like homies,
homie.
we do that. Like, hey, shut up, bitch. Nigga do something to your bitch ass. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's
as white boys, we take it way further where it would just be like, you know, just like an easy joke is like to me making a joke where like the punchline is basically like, I'm going to perform oral sex on you.
Yeah, no.
You know? And that I feel like you're not going to see a lot of Crips doing.
Like, I suck your dick right now?
Yeah.
No.
Or like, I would make a joke, like, throughout my life, not like recently or anything, probably a lot less now, but where the joke is like...
You're a gang member now.
But me basically saying, like, I'm going to suck your dick.
No.
Lush.
Yo.
Like, Lush, put that cock on the table. I want to rub my fingers through your pubes.
That's the shit that they be saying in jail. Gay-ass niggas, and then these niggas be hard as hell on interviews.
Right. I mean, that was pretty normal.
And no, I'm not talking about 4 extras, because 4 extras, I ain't talking about, because they probably gonna be like, oh, he's trying to sub 4 extras.
I just know that
I feel like 4 extras is from the other side of things where like you could say anything even slightly gay about him, he's probably gonna freak out on you.
Bro, I told him he was from a hood that had motion in the rap game, and he got.
No, you said you're from one of the most popular hoods. How do you feel about it being so popular to be from?
You guys are completely decontextualizing that.
Please.
That's hilarious, though. No, but all I can say is that Bricc has been gay since the first time I met him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like. Literally, he was sex playing Mikey the first time I walked in this office.
The motherfuckers just
What the fuck is that? Why is it so brittle?
It's
I didn't know those
broken.
things got like that. Wait, open it. Is it like crushed now?
Yeah.
You could do like
Crushed grabber.
a grabba thing. No, there's a box right behind you. I popped that one open the other day for can't remember who needed a blunt, but I gave it to him. Anyway,
Very graceful.
for those who don't, that was the Dudes platform sign that we've. Oh, and the Crip Mac Bear is taking a dive. Wow, look at that.
Wow, everybody's falling off.
Wow. Harsh. Free YSL. These are some very dated loose leaves right here. Look at it. That thing is not loud enough. I just want to make that clear. Like the free YSL. There's still some YSLs to free.
Yeah.
But this is kind of a moment in time right here. Yeah.
The YSL is free.
Yeah.
And free Yak Gotti, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog. I don't want to talk too much, but you already know. I've been putting money on his books since he been down. That's my dude.
Yo, what happened to that one girl? All right. There was this girl that we had. Oh, yeah, I'm going to find it for you right here. No jumper, fake Dej Loaf. This girl. You know her? Baby Doll Forbes. I spent the day with the fake Dej Loaf.
Well, how
Look at me. Look how pathetic I am. With the booty, yeah. This was going viral because people thought it was really her.
Whoa.
Oh, look at
that.
Little Easter egg right there for you. But anyway, see, she was on the No Jumper show at one point, and she didn't really like talk a whole lot, but bro, she came into the pod like this. And I'm like, who's that on the phone? She's like, oh, it's my boyfriend. I'm like, who is it? She's like, oh, it's Yak Gotti. He's locked up right now. Because this is right after the YSL shit happened. And I was like, I'm obviously planning on having her on the podcast so I can basically like ask her a bunch of hoe shit and like try to get her to fucking say a bunch of slutty ass shit on the fucking show. And then she reveals that she's Yak Gotti's girl, who I had just interviewed.
That's Yak bitch.
I'm fucking with him. Like we're real cool, talking a good amount of the time. Yeah. She comes on there with that craziest dumper, and I gotta just hold back from saying all the shit I want to say. She's doing the whole podcast with him just sitting there on the fucking phone with her. It's crazy.
Oh, he like literally the whole pod.
Maybe they turned it off after a little while, but yeah,
what type of phone was he on?
Shit, I don't like a jail phone. I think. Yeah. Look. Yeah. Oh, look, this was during her appearance. Oh, you can see her sitting down right there. Yeah, Gotti calls in from jail and gives update on the YSL Rico case.
Yeah, I wasn't working here yet.
No, that was before.
Nah, this is the old spot. See that fence? Not the fence, but the graffiti wall. Because that was like you did your first interview in front of that wall. Yeah,
I remember when I must have been at the studio that day.
Is it just me or like look at the grain on the picture of me right there? Like what? Why does my face look like that? And him
that
too.
Was your photo editor.
This is like the worst looking thumbnail I've ever seen, but I'm feeling like maybe it's.
You look like you have like severe acne or something.
Or I look like I'm like a crumbling statue. Like I'm made out of stone and I'm like, deteriorating in a terrible way.
Third degree burns.
Like comparator making content with his shirt off in the bed every night. Like,
does he do that?
Yes.
How's your friendship with him going?
We haven't spoken in a long ass time.
I just banned him from clout chasing in the chat.
For real?
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
Dick sucker.
He had an interview with Sharp that was pretty interesting.
I saw a couple clips. Anything stand out to you that was interesting about it? But when we were talking about people doing podcasts while they looked like they were on the verge of dying, I would say that kind of applies to Swifty Blue on that episode. Swifty Blue looked like he was catatonic, like actually falling asleep during it.
Off the yerks because it was born. But look, at the end of the day, speaking on that, I was at Sharp House last night. We was kicking it and shit, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's my boy. He lived like 2 exits from me now. You calling me broke, baby, but you didn't have enough to book Sharp? I'm trying to figure out, like, Sharp, I don't know. I think he was having problem with coming up off 1,000. He said, he was like, man, it's slow for me right now. Like,
wait, Compa was trying to pay Sharp?
He paid Sharp.
He did.
He paid Sharp, so he had to.
He has not recouped.
He had to give Sharp. He had to give Sharp weed and money in order to come up with like 1,200, 1,500. I think.
Wow.
He was doing something for the low for him.
For the record, this interview has 20,000 views. I don't think that this is recoup. Like, for the people out there that do YouTube that don't necessarily understand, 20,000 views, probably worth like $100,
I say
maybe.
$100, yeah.
Then you got to think. When you charge, you got to charge him double. So I think he had to come up off like a half a pound and like $1,000. He was hard getting it. What's up, nigga? I thought you was booming.
I wonder if it was.
I thought you was booming.
I wonder if it was
broke, nigga.
Demoralizing for Raider to book somebody that he used to make fun of.
Yeah,
he was. That's
but
kinda
I
suck.
would like to draw attention to something. The screen right here. Let's take a look. I'm going to compliment my past ops for once. AD and T-Rail go on Bootleg Kev right after they leave. No jumper. 320,000 views. Motion. In comparison.
But Bootleg Kev got more subscribers, more. You got Kappa interview. Come on.
Okay.
You got him talking about, so how did you feel when you were at No Jumper, fool? Like I done fucking fired you or something, fool? Like what's up? He's like, yeah, man, I wasn't really feeling. Yeah, I don't be feeling him either, fool. I was just getting high last night. You know what I'm saying? The bitch was on my dick, fool. Like, he wasn't gonna let Sharp get shit out.
Right.
There's two people.
All I'm saying is just that, like, when AD and T-Rail left No Jumper, they go on Bootleg Kev. They get 320,000 views, as you can see here.
I had a couple
AD goes on Joe Budden, one of the biggest hip hop podcasts. Sharp goes on Comparator's podcast and gets 20K. I think that just like draws attention to like, how much people cared. People really cared when AD and T-Rail left.
Oh, for sure.
It feels like almost nobody cares.
I mean, somebody to ask him some better questions might do some more views. That's all I was saying.
Might help a little bit.
It's not the same reaction, but I mean, after he's dragged it for a month and a half and then goes on somebody that's a low-level podcaster, learning how to podcast, I mean, it's kind of terrible.
Yeah.
Do you think he did that? Do you think he did that because like he still
got
it cool?
That's probably the biggest podcast that he could get on.
It was a quick.
So?
It was a
Probably,
quick pickup. It was a quick pickup. Motherfucker around the corner tell you pull up for 2,000-3,000. Man, I'm going over there. I don't give a damn how many.
But you said he got like 200 and like a
No. He got almost $1,000 and a half a pound.
Sharp asking to get paid for that and Comparator actually doing it. Like, I don't know what's sadder, because fucking Sharp should be happy that anyone's giving him a platform at this point, and Comparator thinking that could potentially be worth $2,000, or I mean, I don't even.
He probably was on the phone with Pimp and he like, hey man, you know what I'm saying, just go to that bank account, man. You understand me, and make that shit right, man. You see me tonight, man. You understand?
Those Sharp numbers are returning to earth pretty quickly.
Well, there was a new diss track, the video for the diss track.
I know, and because
oh my god, and he played that 800 times.
So real life with him is just like being on stream. Okay, because I'm not gonna lie, like there was a clip that Lush actually made me aware of on that Comparator podcast where Sharp said, like, I don't think me and Adam are ever gonna be cool again because of what I'm doing tomorrow or whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, like my brain was kind of like searching through and thinking like, shit, what could he, like, because I mean my name has been dragged through the mud so much that to me it was just like what could he have done? Like, what I'm really trying to like comb the interiors of my brain, thinking of something that would be so offensive to me that it would make me, never possibly be able to have any. It's not like I plan on ever having anything to do with this guy again, but I was just like really trying to think. And then it comes out, and like to me, the most derogatory thing in it was him peeing on our neighbor's dumpster, which really doesn't impact me in any way at all. Again, it was our neighbor's dumpster. It's not even our dumpster. And he peed on the dumpster. There's a lot of shit you could pee on. It's like you didn't even pee on anything that would have really
tagged on it too.
Yeah. The weird, like, here's the
like 80 cents worth of spray paint later. It's a race.
I don't want to talk bad about whoever the guy that directed and edited the video is, but you are fucking retarded for taking the clip of Sharp pissing on the dumpster, and then the immediate next cut is Sharp standing in front of the dumpster, as if to imply he is now submerged in a puddle of his own piss.
Which, as has been clearly made clear in the past, he's a fan of. Sharp drinks so much piss, urinal.
So you feel me? Like, that's not even, you can't even blame
the piss
Sharp.
Rolling on the ground. They zoomed in on the piss rolling on the ground.
Yeah, he's like, I need a little more detail on that roll, Church.
Yeah.
Let me get a detail.
Yeah, no, he played the song 100 times, and then I feel like he at first in the song he didn't say Bricc a puppet too. So now in the video it say and Bricc be listening to Cuz he a puppet too.
Ooh,
But
So
I
you
was
got
over
astray
there.
in the video.
Yeah, no,
I didn't
just-
actually listen to it, so I didn't
I
hear
just-
whatever he said in the
I had to
beginning.
hear it 100 times last night.
Really?
Me and my daughter.
that's crazy. He's playing.
daughter.
He's playing.
Your daughter's probably addicted to Parliaments after stopping by there. That secondhand smoke, I'm sure.
Listen,
That's like an anti-smoking ad. If you ever
Listen.
want your kid not to smoke,
but I
like-
just want to fade. I squabbled Snoopy Badass and Spiffy at the same time on 6 Crib. Y'all go ahead. We don't got to get paid for it. I squabble y'all. We can either run them back to back or we can run it consecutive together. I mean, concurrent, same time.
There's very little hoe-ass behavior I've seen in my life that was as sad as seeing T-Rail ask Spiffy, will you squabble Bricc baby? And having Spiffy immediately start turning around looking at P Nice like, well, why didn't you fight him yet? Oh, the guy standing behind you who's literally like twice as big as you.
We
Like
the
that.
same size. And on the hood, why would I have to fight P Nice? This is what I'm saying. When did I get in an altercation with P Nice? And nigga, when we did get into an altercation, we nigga put together a lineup. Nigga, I said, nigga, on the hood, nigga, with our big homies on the phone, like, cuz we gonna go get it in. Nigga, on 6 nigga, bring somebody my size, nigga, I'm gonna bring somebody else size, we gonna get it out the way. Or I squabble you too, nigga, it don't matter. Like, we can get it all out the way. And then he went and fabricated some more shit, and the other homie like, fuck that, cuz I don't even squabble, cuz like, whoa. And it's, if I'm saying my other homie, you probably know who it is. Don't say his name, but you get what I'm saying. Like,
well, the
it
whole
was
what
on
about
some shit
him
like
thing
that.
is lame as hell. Regardless,
Yeah, just
you know what I
passing
mean?
it
Like,
off to somebody else.
Yeah, that's super gay.
that's super lame.
I
Bro.
mean, super
Like,
lame. My bad, community.
I thought you dropped the flag. You can say it now.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
feel
yeah,
me?
no,
Yeah,
no.
that's just
I
gay.
kind of liked it. No, I'm just playing.
No, you can say gay. They don't even care, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no.
Apparently, according to my boy Frack earlier, I think they like to be called queer. I
Right.
think that's the
Well,
thing.
I don't want to like spill the total beans right now, but as soon as Spiffy comes around and starts, involving himself with some anti-22 business, you understand, I'm tapped in with the exposers. And Wack got
I
a
said
whole
it's some PPW, OTW.
man. Listen, Wack 100. As soon as he heard about Spiffy taking aim at me, I didn't even have to ask.
Though.
Spiffy Hall.
Listen.
Spiffy Hall.
Spiffy Hall.
We're gonna find out how dedicated to the streets Bussy really is, because I've already had evidence presented to me that makes it crystal clear that Spiffy, who has now been renamed Snitchy Luciano, told on somebody, and there's paperwork that is going to be delivered very, very quickly. I heard an audio recording earlier of Wack on the phone with the mother of the defendant, who is currently actually locked up. And so we haven't been able to arrange a conversation with the person that Spiffy told on, but we do have audio of his mother telling Wack all about the situation and how it went down. I don't want to necessarily put that out right now because I'd like to put it all out at once.
With the factual.
I want to do one
Yeah,
big expose.
But it's paperwork on the way, man. You got to stop coming. Now you can't even pay to kick it no more. You got to stop coming around when that come around.
Yeah.
Or come around and get that ass whipped. And you not, see.
Spiffy's name is no good in LA anymore. You are Snitchy Luciano. It's official.
Well, you know how like Jay-Z.
He's been
And
renamed.
it's some other higher power names, you know what I mean, in the area that got to cut him off too due to this paperwork.
Well,
We gonna leave that up to you, guys.
Like how, Jay-Z had Memphis Bleak, and at least Memphis Bleak had a few hits, but a lot of people looked at him as kind of like dead weight for Jay for a long ass time. Imagine he's Memphis Bleak is Jay-Z compared to Spiffy Luciano.
For sure, but you got to imagine that Boosie's already ready to cut him off.
He's been sick of that
because
guy, for sure.
He's a water
Boosie,
boy. Go ahead.
Well, Boosie's been giving him a longer leash than he would give to the average artist that he signs. Probably because Spiffy is down to be the store runner. He's down to be the guy who rakes the leaves,
Because he ain't
etc.
doing no numbers.
Huh?
He not doing no numbers.
Absolutely not.
So you're not doing numbers. You sitting around. You moved to Atlanta. You changed you got signed, boy. You left LA. You couldn't wait to leave LA. You moved to Atlanta to start kicking with a 20-year-old boy every day.
He's clout chasing off King on a daily basis.
Wild.
Snitchy. King has a family. He's just producing children out here. He's royalty. He's established. Snitchy, you got nothing going on. It's over. And when this shit drops, man, and you know me, I don't call people snitches unless I have the paperwork or I have the evidence. Listening to this motherfucker's mom talk about it had me fully convinced.
That's crazy, Snitchy. Oh man,
Is
this
this
song coming? So you finally made it. I'm gonna respond to you. I got you because I got another diss song coming out, man.
See, that's my thing. I feel like I'm being baited into responding to Sharp, and I'm just like, I don't want to be like a diss song rapper. I feel like that shit's that shit mad King Yella.
That's how we came in the game.
And I feel like putting disses in songs is fine, but I don't want to be the guy who comes out and makes a song like, you see how Sharp had to put like no jumper diss
we not
in the
doing
title.
That.
That's not cool, bro. Like you are lame for that. Like that's you proving that you have no capability to have any kind of motion on your shit. And he buying fake views on his video. To me, that seems clear as day because how you getting 10,000 views on a 4-hour live stream and then you drop a music video and it gets 50K or whatever in 24 hours? I'm not buying it.
When the song's already been out.
And the song been out. Why is the music video going to do that many views?
I don't know.
Well, Bricc said he listened to it 80 times.
That's
that
what
could
I'm
have
about to
contributed
say.
a lot.
He's pushing it in the algorithm. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a couple. He's pushing it.
Yo, but that's crazy that Bussy's going to have to look at his investment and conclude that because this dude decided that he wanted to get into a YouTuber beef, that his name became besmirched and is now no good in any section of LA. Now, let's be real. Snitchy Luciano, you've never had any kind of support from anybody in LA, period, ever. It's not like anybody has ever really fucked with you. Like, who's the most high-profile artist?
You paid Draco to come kick it with us at the studio. You almost got your ass whooped for that.
Right.
Niggas had a real talk with you about that. He talk about he never met Cuz, never seen Cuz in LA. Boy, that's because you not really from around here, nigga. Oh, damn. The homies kept on posting that shit like Spiffy. Like, how the fuck shit he didn't get put on in LA?
Bro, look at how
like,
little.
Yeah,
look at this. This is a true tragedy. Look at that. Spiffy and Draco the Ruler, 94K. Spiffy and Draco the Ruler, 31K.
So first of all, keep in mind he's releasing this posthumously. He's releasing that after
is a good
Draco's
point.
dead,
And
it still only gets 31K.
And his fan base is so non-existent that he couldn't crack 100K with arguably the greatest rapper in LA in the past 10 years, in the past 20, wherever you want to do for the cutoff point.
Come on, man.
The most popping rapper who's given people hits. There's LA artists who realistically are not super relevant that have 3, 4, 5 million views on random songs because Draco was on it.
Go to the Bricc Baby Conrad Draco audio. We don't even got a video.
Bricc Baby Conrad Draco.
Scared of us.
Boom.
That's just on the audio.
Right, not even
And
a
actually,
video.
there's 2 videos.
It's like 2. We got 107,000 right there. We got nigga.
They got 100K on over.
Oh, it's
too.
the same one.
Yeah.
Same
So it's
song.
like 250.
I just want to say that like when the history books are written,
Yeah.
That's good.
Regular. That's what
I mean,
I'm
but
saying.
that's like for an audio track, that's not bad.
when the history
That's
books
audio.
are written and they're talking about the history of LA rap and it comes time to mention Spiffy Luciano, number one, you will not be mentioned in any way. But if you were to be mentioned, it would be an offhand remark like, for a period of time, Bussy even attempted to sign an LA rapper in the form of Spiffy Luciano. Next topic. Like, there's nothing to go on there. Like, you have not done or accomplished anything. And I heard a couple of clips
Told you that.
from back on Fig when they were talking to him. I heard a couple clips that were like him basically being like, "Ooh, look, Adam said that I had talent." And it's like, bro, I was just being nice to you. Obviously, you're whack as fuck, and nobody gives a fuck about you. Like, it's not a coincidence or an accident that we do an interview with you and it gets 20,000 views. That's because you are not a factor in LA. Nobody's interested
who else
in you.
was on the interview?
It was me, him, and the Bussy Master.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Wow.
the thing is, that's damning.
The mustard
I
Bussy
know who
Master.
you
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about. I know
A lot of people in the chat are saying, who is Spiffy? And they want us to move on. And I completely understand that. And I do agree that that's a fair analysis.
We will move on.
Yeah, we just had to touch base on this guy because this
Yeah.
it's one of the saddest careers to even call it a career because he's definitely like
He cooked lemonade.
he's spent way more money on his music career than he's ever brought in from putting out music.
Well, like you said, you probably told him that he was talented because we didn't want to bleed. Our group chat, we were making fun of Spiffy like years ago.
Yeah, like he
We
thinks
just
that
didn't-
we're showing him love when we say Spiffy hard, Spiffy hard. We're making fun of you.
That's a joke.
It was always a joke.
But the thing is, he's Spiffy hard. Yeah, that's
Yes,
an embarrassing song, bro.
Does that make us haters?
No.
I gotta show love to Almighty because Almighty was the one who was Almighty was the first one who told me, like, yo, you realize there's a song with Bussy and Spiffy where he's saying Spiffy Haw, Spiffy Haw. Like, Almighty is the first one who told me how funny that shit was. So I gotta give him love.
We laughed at it, and because he's such a nice guy and he's always been chill, we never said anything bad about him.
We never bled you. And you know our history, cause we just got up off your ass for you playing like that with Rad, nigga 2 years ago, cuz. Talk about is you really from 60s and all that. You tried to do the same shit to Rad, cuz then you bounce back. And because my whole thing is Rad always be with me, cuz. So you don't think cuz a bully. I'ma squabble you for cuz. And nigga, 6-0. You get what I'm saying? Like, so you don't think we bullying you or nothing like that, cuz. But nigga, you talking about my my twin, cuz nigga gotta get up on you.
So to clarify, is Spiffy's from there? He's from Rolling 60s?
No, but you still be around to the point where we go beat your ass. Like, you get what I'm saying? But he was trying to act like he was from the hood. Like, nigga, you not from the hood.
Because didn't he say he wasn't a gang member recently?
I don't know. And then
I could be wrong.
It goes later on, y'all put y'all differences to the side. One of my older homies called me that I respect, you know what I mean, and the world knows it's not big you, that I respect to the point, and he signed to it, so I respect it to the point, he like, leave that shit alone. I'm like, cuz, you can't do that, cuz, whoop. He like, cuz, leave it alone, nigga. I'm not finna keep on telling you to leave it alone. He like, nigga, this me telling you to leave it alone. I'm like, all right, you got that.
And let's be fair.
What I'm saying? Now you double back. I'm on your ass, bitch.
Wait, you want to see a tragedy unfolding in front of our eyes? Let's do this. They haven't actually changed the spelling of his name to Snitchy Luciano on Spotify yet. I'm going to be working on that. 6,600 monthly listeners, and I'm rounding up for you. 6,600. He had a beef with Zoe Osama. 735,000 monthly listeners.
He's talking about, you see how I did Zoe.
Oh,
like,
my God.
No, we didn't,
no,
nigga.
I actually
seen Zoe destroy you, nigga.
Bro, Zoe Osama has 100 times the monthly listeners that you have. So No,
100 and something
Yeah,
times.
110.
So Zoe Osama must be some kind of philanthropist. He's fucking Gandhi out here because he gave him the gift, the stimulus package that he did not deserve in any way, shape, or form, and you are in no way able to capitalize on it. I'm not going to bring up the Spiffy Luciano views on the just songs that he did towards Zoe Osama because I already went over that shit on the Whack podcast, but let's just say it's like he's beefing with one of the most rising artists in LA in the form of Zoe Osama, and he's getting like 2,000 views. It's a tragedy. You need to hang it up.
Bless the section with the original sound from this motherfucker.
Do you think that he reached out to Figmunity to go on their pod, or you think they hollered at him?
For sure, they would. Like, I know how those guys are. When you look at T-Rail, do you think T-Rail would want to have him on there out of the goodness of his heart?
No,
probably not. It was at the moment where he was beefing with us. It makes sense. I can't hold it against T-Rail. You know, anything to get a couple extra viewers on the stream, whatever. That was probably one of the better viewed streams that they've done in recent memory. So I can't hold it against them. But Spiffy, let's be real. Back on Fig, probably never going to have you on again. Unless you're beefing with me or somebody associated with me.
And I also
because they are like a fucking Bricc Baby reaction channel. I know you've seen that link I sent you in the Reddit.
Yes.
They've had like dozens and dozens of clips about you on there in the last couple weeks.
Listen, hey, I'm a hot topic right now. You can't speak the streets of the West without speaking Bricc Baby every week, man. You know what I'm saying? You got it in your mouth. Get it out your jaw, you pussy.
But I feel like if T-Rail was going through something like this, or T-Rail was beefing with some regular ass rapper or whatever, we would probably have one, maybe two clips about it.
Yeah.
The amount of exposure that they're giving you is astounding. I just have to
I'm
be clear.
still not 100% convinced that if he didn't reach out to them.
Oh, of course he did. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
He sure reached out.
That's
and
what I'm saying.
He was like, I'm going to come talk about Bricc. What day you coming? What day you coming?
And that's what
Matter of fact, hey, nice. Where you at? You around this motherfucker? Hey,
we're going to get the bully to come with us, too. We need some muscle in the building.
But I respect them I promise you, all the way to the point of like this should have never turned to nothing but a pie beef. I
Right.
know where they at. I never use it to my advantage. I ain't on no bullshit. You get what I'm saying? Just to put it out there so they could get his mad smack. I just was like, you talking a little bit tough and you really a hoe. So like, you know what I mean? I ain't never, I got restrained when somebody grabbed my collar. You got stripped. The nigga was restraining me from not doing something else and talking sense into my head. They was telling you use a hoe and give me that vest, hoe. You know what I mean? Stop talking tough like you did something. You used to be from Hoover. Since y'all want to talk about I'm from Atlanta, you got put off Hoover and then you got put on trouble. That's why they was stripping you out the vest.
Really?
No, really.
That's the lore behind that?
And ain't no lore.
Oh, we got to dig deeper into that at some point. That's interesting.
You got put off 52nd Street. You used to be from 52nd Street first. And then you was up from 51st Street. Thank God for Schoolboy Q. He saved you.
Wow.
It's crazy though, because this is now like setting back the relationships because he had just apologized to Adam and refollowed Adam.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, who did?
We still cool.
Smack.
No, we still cool.
Well, yeah, he apologized for saying something about my kid, and then he followed me.
Yeah.
But okay, I saw another clip which
I thought was cool.
Some of the Ace boys, like one of them was saying something about somebody's kids, and then Pun was kind of reprimanding him and being like, yo, we're not talking about nobody's kids. We're not talking about nobody's kids. So I feel like at some point that law kind of got laid down there, and I think that might be why Smack wanted to try to take that back, which, hey, right is right, wrong is wrong. So I appreciate Smack saying that. That's cool.
That was the grown man shit.
This is the thing. T-Rail and Smack may have experienced a bit of a drop in views since they left No Jumper. Fair. But it actually is a podcast or a stream that has a fan base. And it's like, there's people who watch it every week. They get a couple thousand live viewers. You got to give it to them.
Can't deny that.
They've actually created something.
Can't deny that.
To compare that to Spiffy Luciano's rap career, which is a figment of his imagination, does not seem fair, It's just, it doesn't seem right to put those two in the same box. One, at the end of the day, I assume T-Rail and them are turning a profit on the content that they're creating.
So if you
Spiffy Luciano is spending money in order to pretend to be a rapper.
So is it fair to say that like Spiffy Luciano is the
lemonades?
He signed to Bussy for free.
Well, is it fair to say that he's like is he the Yuri of hip hop? Is like Yuri his podcast equivalent?
I honestly do think that is kind of fair. Yeah.
Physically, I told you, I just don't want to get the Bussy affiliate in trouble, bro.
Right.
They wanted a meeting with me and Rad literally 2 months after that shit.
Really?
He like, man, they looking for like a new LA artist. You know what I mean? And I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't official
I think
enough.
he was trying to sign like the voice of LA, and I think the fact that Spiffy was just putting the pressure, like I knew Nipsey. Like I don't know if Spiffy kicked it with Nipsey for more than a year. It couldn't have been more than 4 years because I was with Nip. The last time I was with him was 2017 at the Belasco. I think that show was the top of September, and I went to jail 2-3 weeks later. It was to the point to where Nip had my lawyer at the arraignment. I had hired another lawyer to come, and he already had hired a lawyer. That's how locked in we was.
I think I don't think there's anybody that
I never called him to pay this lawyer or nothing. He just like Mark pulled up Adam came and he like, well shit, Nip, and I always use Mark, me and Nip, that's our lawyer. So he pulled up and he like, yeah, Nip already told me to come up here. Don't worry about it.
Well, I think that like ultimately there's not too many people that are bigger LA hip hop nerd historians than me that actually enjoy pussy. You know what I'm saying? And
Bussy.
Or Bussy. And the fact
you
that
like Bussy?
The fact no.
Come on, bro. I threw my flag. I dropped my flag today.
He's not banging Bussy anymore.
But the fact I never heard of Spiffy Luciano until the Bussy thing.
Right.
He was not even across my desk.
Yeah, me neither.
And you got to give it to Bussy that he was willing to invest some of his time and energy in one of the couches in his home in a troubled youth like Spiffy Luciano, who had been completely rejected by Los Angeles, and nobody out here was showing him any kind of love. And I think that in his head, it was kind of like, well, sometimes a rapper might be from Atlanta and kind of have to come to LA to get some motion. And he was thinking like, you know what? I see a seed of talent in this guy. Maybe he can come out to Atlanta, sleep on my couch. I can sign him for $0 and maybe I can kind of turn him up. Bussy, the experiment has failed.
Yeah.
Send him back.
And that paperwork gonna make you send him back anyway.
Because we're gonna see.
Paperwork gonna make you send him back
We're gonna
anyway.
see how ideologically consistent Bussy is willing to be. Because you saw the way that Bussy was willing to torch his relationship with T.I. and many others over the years, just for accusations of snitching. And I'm sure he's willing to do a bit of research and everything. But I feel confident that we have enough right here to ensure that Spiffy Luciano will be written out of the badass entertainment history books.
Well, especially considering that T.I. didn't actually,
and they did. They squashed their beef soon after. So you got to give it.
Yeah. Didn't actually rat like that per most people's standards. And in addition to that, I mean, that's debatable, but he's also a fucking legend. That's T.I. And you're willing to sever your relationship with T.I., you should be willing to sever your relationship with somebody far less significant.
The only Spiffy that I did know when I came home from jail, and they like, oh, Spiffy, because I didn't meet him until like that Draco incident. Like I just was hearing his name, and it was this little dark skinned dude that used to be in the hood named Spiffy. But he had a little ring in LA. Like you probably know him. He was like an underground rapper in LA named Spiffy. You like out the section, whatever. That's who I thought he was at first. And then I met the little nigga. I'm like, who is Cuz? I kept asking him. He's like, where Cuz come from? He's like, man, he one of them all money in niggas. Like after all the little shit, he just stuck with the pack. Like you get what I'm saying? Like all the Crenshaw and Slauson hanging
100%.
out, he ended up making enough friends to where
he was kicking at the youth center. You feel me? Making music. Sam and them took a liking to him. Blah blah blah. Next thing you know.
And I'm going to
now it makes sense.
I'm going to withhold any sort of analysis on Spiffy's relationship with his father because Whack 100 has certainly given me more than enough ammunition.
I said it. They got my. He got my post took down.
I saw that.
Wait, what?
He struck my post.
Spiffy's dad struck your post?
No, his father's deceased. But Whack 100,
no disrespect.
Whack had some accusations about Spiffy's pops that were intense. And they had a screaming match. I encourage everybody to go check that out. But they had a screaming match on this podcast where Spiffy was on the phone, Whack was screaming at him, and it was intense. I'm not going to dig into that because I don't feel like this beef has gone far enough that I need to dig into your relationship with your father. Bricc Baby has drawn attention to it. He'll probably re-up that as a short on his channel or something like that.
Yeah,
but
fire.
Spiffy, we got that in the tuck. So after Bussy gives you your walk-in papers and sends you back to LA, just know if you don't shut the fuck up, not only are we going to take out billboards in this city to make people aware about how you told. And I know you might be thinking, Adam, you're successful.
I might come back out the closet for him. I'm a booka his ass.
For sure. I could picture me and Spiffy. TikTok that. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not above taking out billboards in your section. I'm not above hiring a team to post up white what do they call it, wheat paste over your section, letting the people know about your telling. I'm not above that, but I'm gonna leave it alone because but the reason why I'm so triggered by him feeling the need to say anything, you notice I barely have anything to say about Sharp. He's just doing the same dumb shit he always been doing, and I didn't even hear whatever he was saying in the intro of the video. Pussy. But with Spiffy, I gave you an interview. I was a cooperator in the delusion that he's been trying to perpetuate on this beloved city. It's really a disgrace to our beloved city that he was trying to act as if he was a real rapper. I don't appreciate him besmirching the art form of hip hop. But, you know, I sat here with Wag and I tried to defend him. I gave him an interview. I had the Eminem sitting next to me. I mean, this is like, I did a lot to try to like prop up this bullshit rap career of yours. And now you want to turn on me for what? For that 5 minutes of fame? You will regret it, you fucking scumbag.
Well, especially after he was begging to hang out with you guys when y'all went to the A. That's
7,000 monthly listeners. Yes, he was begging to hang out with us when we went to Atlanta, and he was so mad. I actually didn't even see this clip, but somebody told me that he was really upset about the fact that I exposed those text messages, which, like, what? Why? Like that's reality. I didn't even really throw too much of a spin on it. I just made it clear when we had the conversation about him trying to hang out with us in Atlanta. We didn't lie. We didn't put out any bullshit narratives. We just showed the text and made it clear what happened. Because he said,
and I said that we were laughing,
and he said that we were begging to hang out with Bussy. I showed the text. There was no mention of Bussy. I didn't say the word Bussy.
And I don't even have your number, and I will never DM you.
And I didn't have his number. This was an Instagram DM, and
that's what I'm saying.
I got Bussy's number. I probably talked to Bussy more than you do.
But that would have been funny though if he texted y'all and was like, "What's up? Like, you guys want to hang out?" And you're like, "What's up with Bussy?"
That would be funny. But honestly,
that's the only thing he was really saying.
This really could have gone in a different way because, like, if let's say we did have a day where we were bored and we didn't have anything else to do, and he was like, "Hey, come through. We'll basically be like squatters. I'll show you the corner that I sleep in at Bussy's mansion." Then maybe all this wouldn't have happened.
I take 3 ping pong tables, put them together, then nestle them.
Drape a blanket over it.
Put a blanket, 2
I have
blankets.
this air mattress.
It's a king size when you look at it, though. It's pretty player, right?
Spiffy hard.
Spiffy hard.
And then Bussy's doing a Cribs episode. Actually, I bet if you go watch the Cribs episode that Vlad did at Bussy's mansion, that there is a part where you can see Spiffy on his air mattress
with a cover,
and Bussy says, "Spiffy hard."
Spiffy hard.
The mattress hard.
You know, Bussy probably got like several rooms with couches in there. You got Spiffy's that dude that you walk in the homie's house and he got the cover over his head wrapped up on the couch with the remote. Like
he was doing.
He got the remote. He lost the fade to Bussy's daughter for the remote. She got the remote.
Do you remember the story that T-Rail used to tell about?
King got the remote.
King got the remote.
Do you remember the story that T-Rail told about being in the studio with I think Wayne and he had to eat ice and coffee grounds? Yeah. That's been Bussy for the last couple of years.
He had to eat what?
I think I think T-Rail had to like eat like coffee grinds.
Why?
Because he was like posted up in the Wayne studio and they didn't have money to get food or something. I don't even remember exactly how it went, but
wow. So he put ice with coffee grinds to taper his appetite.
You feel me?
Coffee makes you not want to eat.
I guess. Yo, if Bussy goes to the feds, shout out Fish God for pointing this out. If Bussy goes to the feds, what happens to Spiffy? Honestly, there are a lot of homeless shelters in downtown LA that I feel like he would probably end up at, if I had to guess.
Maybe go get a couple dollars. He cook lemonade.
He's gonna try to get back into a youth program.
He's the only nigga I know cook lemonade.
What do you mean cook lemonade?
Yeah,
Cooks
he's
it.
a lemonade cook.
Yeah, he's like boils it. He's chefing up the lemonade.
He chefs up lemonade and makes flavors for artists and tries to say.
Oh, he does. And he made a bootleg Adam 20. This is how on my dick you are. And I realize we've spent way too much energy on this. You made a bootleg juice. You produced a sticker without asking me and produced Adam 22 juice. That's how much you want my cum inside your body.
Yeah,
you out here walking around town flexing Adam 22 juice, you fucking homosexual.
He guessed your flavor of choice.
Yeah.
You look like you'd be a peach kind of guy.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, and you know this is hurting him so bad.
I'm thinking about OnlyFans, Adam.
Because he's basically, oh my God. You know that's why he got mad that I fucking exposed those texts because you could just see that part. I didn't even draw attention to it. Hey, anyway, I just wanted to take a quick moment to shout out our sponsor, everything420.com, right here. The Cookies Smoke Infuser Smoke Blaster. Let's open it up. There's a lot of different stuff going on out there in this world that people don't know about, and everything420.com.
You got some shards?
Look at this. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, the damn gummy got me on right now.
I think you take this, you fill this up with weed. I don't know if I'm actually
with flour.
Prepared to use this at this time. Donnie, you want to try packing this?
Yeah, pack it.
Please.
I think this could be really fun.
Pack it. Yeah. Don't put your mouth on the gun, guys.
This might be the charger.
Please, I'm begging you guys not to suck the gun off.
Well, yeah.
Out of the 3 of us, I feel like you're the most likely.
Given how this week has been going, yeah.
Lush, I don't know.
I'm just so used to people telling me.
King Glazer, you're right.
I'm so used to people telling me that I'm basically like sex playing rappers in their faces and that they won't, fucking go for it or whatever. And just to have Bricc kind of like switching up the dynamic is much appreciated.
Someone's got to do it.
I got
know?
you, bro.
It's a team effort over here. We really do.
I've been your fucking slave and puppet the whole time.
No.
Of course, I got you.
That's a that's a narrative, right?
I know.
I don't really get that.
I don't get it either.
Anyone who says that someone's a slave for having a job is someone who probably is. To me, that's disrespectful to the legacy of slavery in this country.
It's disrespectful on multiple levels, and it's also saying that
you're a fucking weirdo. Like,
Yeah,
it's
straight up.
Yeah. No, I wasn't gonna say shit like that. I mean, I don't give a fuck about those narratives. That's saying like, oh damn, I wish that I could have been up there. Like you guys, I went from coming up here not knowing what's going on to you can't say shit without Bricc Baby. Hey,
most viral dude on the internet.
for the past couple weeks,
like for the LA street rap, no jumper, disconnected universe, whatever. I mean, really, like who's more talked about?
I didn't want to pull my own coattails, so I tried to like, you know what I mean? But like, come on, bro. Like,
No,
y'all killed to be in my shoes, bro.
And I also, when I look at it, there was a time period when a bunch of people left no jumper, and the narrative was like being painted that nobody was ever going to be like, that no jumper was done.
Was done.
And that nobody was ever going to like prosper off this platform ever again. And to me, like, you're a fucking clear-cut example of like, we brought you on, and nobody ever will give us credit for this, but you're now like one of the most talked about. Lush, I'm not trying to compare you guys or anything like that, but like he's like one of the most talked about people in the history of this fucking podcast.
And
so.
for where I was at before, I'm in a significantly better place in all aspects of life.
Yes.
And what I want to thank you, my boy.
Exactly.
And what I want to bring up is how ravenous the piranhas were, how excited they were at the prospect of Bricc Baby and Lush might get fired. You
Oh
feel me?
my
Like,
God.
they were so excited.
But let's just play this
when
clip for the
Adam
people out there.
fired me the other day. It was the worst.
Yo, this was one of the funniest things ever. So, oh my God, it's gonna take me forever to find this. We got to go to the reels.
I don't think they realize that we actually fuck with each other and we're homies and we talk all day long.
Yeah,
It's
Bricc
kinda weird.
has actually had to get used to like participating in a group chat for the first time in his life as
In
a
my
result of this
life.
Really?
podcast.
This your
Yeah.
first one?
Well, he was
What
so
the fuck
like
did we group
There
chat
was- there
about? I
wasn't
got
an
the
MPA?
family group chat that I don't know.
he
We
was
don't-
so
we
not
don't
communicative
text,
for the longest period of time in the beginning of the fucking group chat,
Yeah.
and it's like I've seen him get better and better. But okay, this video, this reel that really kind of set the internet on fire this weekend was the product of me in Joshua Tree, posted up with 10 to 12 Armenian people, the vast majority of which were women. So, I'm feeling a little bit like the odd man out. It's not like there's a lot of conversations in which I literally don't speak the language.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other conversations that are about people I don't know. I'm spending a fair amount of time trying to like sneakily look at Twitter. My girl won't get mad at me for not being, present in the environment or whatever. And it kind of pops into my head. I'm trying to think of funny things I can do on the internet. It kind of pops into my head like, oh,
My little bro's going viral right now.
Bricc Baby going viral. A lot of people suggesting that there might be something wrong with us. So this is what I thought up. Let's play this.
Message is for Gucci Mane, one of my all-time favorite rappers. I just wanted to sincerely apologize to you for Bricc Baby's remarks, the Bussy thing and whatnot. I feel like this is partially my fault because by bringing him onto the podcast, I feel like I kind of opened the door for this sort of white boy humor to be leaving his mouth. And I just don't want to be part of the problem. So as a result, I will be forcing Bricc Baby to take a leave of absence. I'm going to be sending him to a rehab facility in which they'll be doing some sort of electroshock, anti-gay therapy on him. I just don't want to risk another episode that offends Big Goo-Wop. So, yeah, that's going to be happening.
We sent Bricc to the same place
And
as
I
the movie,
gave
but
you-
I'm a cheerleader.
I gave you that name too, Wop, for you to
You like that?
use it against me and fire me out. Fucking
That's crazy.
The
Yeah,
best-
The best thing about it is honestly just the fact that multiple different people were tapping in with me in my DMs and responding as if this was real. And so clearly they like X'd out of the video before they ended it or like just didn't really consume like the entirety of it. And then today when I posted the screenshot of who was on this podcast, a couple of those different people, I'm not going to even name it, but you know who I'm talking about, tapped in like, bro, for real? You're like really letting him back on the channel? And I'm just like, damn, like you dumb fucks. And that's not even to say anything of all the people who made YouTube videos basically just like trying to use, like if we search,
Finally
But they were
fired.
happy.
if we search Adam22 fires Bricc Baby on YouTube right now, you're going to be able to find
20.
like 50 fucking content creators just trying to make some content out of that. You motherfuckers are sad. Get lives.
Is anyone like is the joke lost on everyone that because the namesake of this podcast is from a Gucci Mane lyric? That's kind of what I took it as, like Bricc was besmirching the legacy of the podcast by going, yeah, go up. Like,
And well, we kind of know that
feel me?
Gucci, we know Gucci didn't appreciate you saying he had good Bussy. I wonder if he caught wind of that video and if he thought that that was in any way funny. I don't know, like how much of a sense of humor he has. I guess we'll probably
funny.
never know.
Nah, he's funny. He's probably gonna respond saying "fuck me" in the song or some shit.
I was thinking that.
like these podcasts, he's gonna say podcast gangsters.
Yeah.
He definitely gonna say something.
Because he had a bar for Wag when Wag was saying something about him. He said something like, yo, Wag, you ain't 100 or whatever. People usually do like the same combination
Same
of
one.
things for Wag.
Yeah. It's the same one.
doesn't take a very original mind to think of some
Nah,
shit like
go
that.
out. Yeah, I mean, tap in, man. I mean, you did tap in, but tap in yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I ain't tripping. I ain't talked to you in a minute.
Bro,
I was really joking. And he know how funny I am too, so I know he like this bitch ass nigga. Yeah, he ain't over there trying to kill me or nothing.
I wonder what he
Yeah,
is
that's it.
doing on a day-to-day basis.
what's Radrick Davis doing right
I
now?
mean, he's a
He's
dad.
a family man. You
Yeah,
know how
he's
that
a-
shit get.
He got enough money that he's probably just chilling. He ain't got to
When
do
you
much.
fall in love with your family, it's like nothing else ever even matters in the world. Like,
Yeah.
I noticed that, like, I gave the streets a whole lot of time, but like when I came home, I was married, all my kids like accepted my wife, and I just became like a real family man. Like nothing else really matters. Like people think I care about other shit. It's like, bro, my daughter got a volleyball game. My daughter just started fucking dancing and rapping and shit. This one out here got fucking the student of the month and shit. I got shit going on. I gotta buy gifts and figure out cool shit for kids.
You know what it is too, though, is it's like with me and YouTube and shit, it's like every day you got to show out. Like not every day, but like multiple times per week, realistically, if you want to be in the conversation, which we all are, of the Joe Budden podcast, the Academy, the all the different
The No
platforms
Jumpers.
out here. Yeah, it's like you gotta put out content multiple times a week. You gotta have good takes. You gotta get good interviews, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. You know, like we interview more underground people than a lot of the other networks that we're kind of competing with. But like when you're Gucci, and like he just did a Sexy Red feature. I mean, it's just one of his old songs with her rapping on it, basically. You know, and he's got a new verse and shit like that. But like he's so solidified in his legend status that it's like he probably doesn't feel like, and he would be wise not to think that he on a weekly basis needs to be competing with all these young guns. Like he knows where he's at. He knows he can go on tour. He could do these club things. He could do whatever. He's got all these ways to make money where he doesn't have to like be doing all the shit that the young rappers do. Whereas like as a content creator,
Jeezy stay on the road. I don't know what the capacity of his shows is, but he's doing good.
For sure. And Jeezy's probably a bigger
That made it cut
commercial
you off.
success than
For sure.
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? Then go
Commercial
up.
wise, yeah.
he
for
is.
sure.
He is the streets. It's
More
a different conversation.
he for sure has more.
are you
platinum
ready to do
records.
the monthly listener check?
Let's do it.
Who
Let's
you
run
think?
that.
Who you think got it?
I think Gucci got it right now.
I would say Jeezy.
A lot of it has to do with who you've done features
I would
with.
say Jeezy has
You know?
more monthly listeners. And that's just a random guess.
13.8
Maybe
million.
Guwap has more. I still think Jeezy.
Seems like a lot.
Jeezy might got
Let's
like 20, because he got some classics.
Oh, not even close.
Ooh.
Not even
I told
close.
you,
Not
I
even
said,
close.
I said Gucci.
I was, that's
4
and
million
it's
for
funny
our listeners
'cause
at home.
The reason why I thought it was going to be because of Put On, but Put On only has 250 million. I thought that was a billion.
But here's the other thing too, is that like if you do features with people, I feel like that just like Gucci having worked with so many people, and I feel like, well, am I being manipulative here? Do you think Jeezy's like done just as many collabs with different people? Because I feel like, you know, if Gucci is in the Sexy Red algorithm right now,
But see,
that's fucking huge.
See, but Jeezy is from he had the era of 2004 to like
7, 8.
7, 8,
Yeah.
whatever President is Black came
Yeah,
out. That was
that was
like the
8.
last.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the last shit. And ever since then, Gucci took over the streets and all that shit. So like for the kids, they don't look at Jeezy as the trap god, even though he's one of the first trap rappers. You get what I'm saying? They look at that Gucci as the trap god
Because they don't understand
all
how
the young
big.
kids got Gucci Man flow and Gucci that, Gucci Man, the female Gucci Man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they keep it irrelevant.
And to the current generation, you can't overstate how important killing someone is.
Yeah.
It definitely adds a.
Gucci having that as part of his mystique, regardless of if that actually happened the way that it's said to have happened. I encourage everybody to go check out the Young Throwback interview. I'm not really 100% sure if I'm supposed to take that interview at face value or not. But yeah, I mean, that obviously kind of goes a long way.
Aura points.
With the drill crowd, him being kind of like the first or like one of the first rappers that had that aura around them. I mean, that does a lot. That means a lot.
Yeah,
to the younger
The thing is,
crowd.
because Jeezy wasn't about that. Jeezy was about trapping. It was all about like hustling, moving bricks. Gucci injected like another element of like danger that we didn't really hear to that degree in Jeezy music.
Yeah.
But I think people that weren't outside, they'll never know how big, like everything I do it with the like that was such a huge record. Like him with Jay-Z, like all the dope boys go crazy. That's why I thought he would have more monthly listeners based on that catalog. But apparently Gucci for sure has done records with way more people overall.
Yeah.
To your original point. You know what I mean?
I mean, I wonder if we even just look at this. Jeezy's YouTube channel, his biggest, Soul Survivor, 100 million. This is not like entirely going to tell the story of like how big these records were, because obviously these videos got most of these songs got played the most before YouTube even existed.
And this
essentially,
is his Vivo channel too. That's not even his YouTube channel. This
is there another
Jeezy,
one?
Yeah, that's the Jeezy.
No, this is Jeezy.
Okay.
I think a lot of the Vivo channels have been kind of merged over time, don't you think? Yeah, these all appear to be on the same channel, but I feel like Gucci, what's that fucking song with Kodak and Bruno Mars and shit? Why are we not signed in? I'm gonna jump off a building.
He has way more subs.
Does he?
Gucci significantly.
Okay, 5.7 million.
Compared to
what was I just I Get the Bag with Migos, 625 million, and this is the other one I was talking about with Bruno Mars and Kodak Black, Wake Up in the Sky, 614. A Drake audio only was 76 million. Song with Pooh Shiesty, 70 million. I mean, the Dirk one has 66
That's a
million.
hard song too. Rumors. That song is crazy.
I wonder how him and Dirk came together for this.
I'm assuming, like you said, it probably came from that Sosa thing, right? That probably became,
I mean, shit. Just call Lil Durk and tell him I want to do a song with him.
Yeah. At that
This
point.
Gucci man. Yeah. This is every rapper's favorite artist.
Yeah. I just wonder like how often he chooses to cash in that ability,
I'm telling you, he thinks that, listen, if they doing, and it doesn't look like people doing better than him, but we don't know what type of promotional bots or whatever, you know what I mean? But whatever the case is, but I don't know. He's just different. He ain't just giving that shot to everybody. He fucking with people, but he ain't just, because if I was him, I'd be doing it all the time.
But that's what I'm saying. This is a sign of a more mature Gucci, because the Gucci back
I think
then,
he like, yeah, go ahead.
He co-signing everybody. He putting everybody on.
I think he
$15,000 in the chain. Lil Wop, here you go. You signed. Whoever.
I think his feature price is like crazy, like to where artists like, I think he like, nigga.
The Paul brothers, that
300.
The Everyday Bro feature was $1 million, right?
Do you think?
That's the lore.
I mean, that was really kind of like the height of Jake Paul's era, and really like Gucci was at a crazy level of popularity at that point that Jake Paul even chose him to do that. But one thing that fuck, it was right on the tip of my tongue. I had it right there. I was about to say it. God damn it. Oh, all right. I was going to do a comparison between Gucci getting rid of everybody on his label. Kind of reminds me of when I sort of had this like eye-opening revelation to be like, you know what? I'm going to get rid of the news. I'm going to get rid of the fucking the various nightly podcasts or whatever. And there comes a time where you, as a business owner, where you sort of take a look at everything you've got going on, and you think, you know what? I would rather focus on the shit that is like working more so than having a bunch of shit that is kind of, like maybe could work at some point, but it's not really working right now. And for me at the time, the news really kind of felt like that in terms of like, okay, it's something, it's cool, but it's not, it's like, I'd rather just focus on the shit that's clearly working. Cause you notice he didn't get rid of everybody on the label. He just got rid of like all the people that were realistically going to take a bunch of money to get them working or to make the shit work. And if you're Gucci and you could go on tour or you could put out your own album and these things are all like immediately profitable, at a certain point, you got to be like, well, fuck, like I got all these people that I signed that I gave them a chance and it doesn't seem like it's working. So I'm just going to cut my losses and just sort of move on.
And that's literally the comparison I made between y'all earlier.
He does it a lot though. He does it. You did it, what? Once, like the first one, they say you fired everybody, but they left.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I leave that up to y'all. Whatever happened, I know
that was an exodus.
You got fired.
I got fired.
True. Okay,
Yeah,
I got fired. But I didn't make that choice.
House.
I didn't want to. But now, some of those people who left, for sure, it was kind of a relief. Like, oh man, I don't got to deal with that mother. I would definitely have fired him at some point, and he's gone. That's pretty cool.
And to be fair, I don't know. Am I delusional? I feel like if I kept my mouth shut for like a couple weeks or a month, I might could have got brought back. You feel me? Like, I don't know, Marvel, what if? But when I think about that situation in retrospect, if I didn't start capping off the way I was, might have gone differently.
That's possible. Yeah, it might have taken less time for sure.
Yeah. Because I did come back eventually.
Yeah. But we back. We bike.
We bike.
Yeah. I mean, when you mourning certain shit, like people's lives changed over this shit. And then like it wasn't like you were with them and you had this other shit going on. It's
100%.
like, damn, you just shot me out the park. Like, fuck it.
Right.
All right, I'm gone. Type shit. Like, what?
I was
like, I know what you would. I could. You know what I mean?
The whole thing about that though, is like I was fucked up in the head way beyond. It was just like I got hit. Like something happens where like one bad thing happens to you, and then the pile on begins, and everybody in the whole world decides that they want it because so many things were happening around that time. Like there was a clip of me and Sneeko on the podcast together where we were talking about how gross vaginas were, and it was like very obvious to me that we were being sarcastic and like obviously
or that you were joking.
I mean, I think most people out there know that I like vagina a lot more than the average guy, and that clip got like 30 million views on Twitter, and like there was a shitload of different girls in the porn world who were shitting on me and talking about me like I hated women, and I can stomach that on a personal level because I'm so used to getting shit on by whoever that it wasn't that big a deal to me. But when shit gets so bad on the internet that your girl starts to really, get affected by it, life can be a little bit difficult. Like, for instance, this whole Sharp thing, Lena has no idea, She might find out at some point and she'll probably be like, wow, this is gay or whatever. But like,
damn, she didn't appreciate my urinal bar.
Actually, she heard that. I did play that video for her, but she has no idea the Sharp like made a song about us or whatever. Okay, so, and the video, I'm sure she's probably never find out about that. How
crazy is it that Sneeko? Well, I don't want to go off subject.
What? No, what?
But he got banned for saying
the N-word.
Yeah,
even though he's part black. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how that goes. Do you gotta like submit your birth records?
That's kind of hilarious.
I think he got unbanned right away. Look, Sneeko.
Yeah, that's cool, but like
the algorithm AI,
you need to sue them too.
No, it is deeper than the AI. Don't consider you black.
you need to fix that.
Yeah, AI don't give you an N-word pass.
I think he's Cuban too.
Cuban B.
I don't know, but either way, yeah, he's always like he's kind of like borderline Nick Fuentes to the media world, like where they want him to be that toxic, but then in reality, like most of his content isn't really anywhere near as inflammatory as like Nick's. So like, I don't know, they're always kind of toggling back and forth with Sneeko.
I think Nick is significantly more problematic overall, but yeah there's depth because the thing is, if you look at Sneeko's earlier content, he was a different person. Now granted, he was still a teenager at the time, but
dude, a couple years ago, let's check the records. Sneeko Adam 22.
He hopped on a pod with
but not even just me interviewing him. It was I went to his this one. I went to his apartment in Bushwick, Brooklyn, which if you know anything about Brooklyn, it's like one of the more trendy places to live.
And you used to live there too, right?
Yeah,
Or-
but if you were this diehard MAGA, Muslim dude, you might choose to live somewhere other than
a little more like the liberal
Yeah.
enclave of the world.
So
yeah.
like it was just like a very different time. Yeah, August 19th, 2022. Like he came out like while we were all riding bikes in New York and like hung out with us and stuff. It seemed like
Hashtag China Mac. I want to point that out.
wait in the description. Oh, hashtag AD.
Hashtag podcast. Hashtag Andrew Tate,
That's
The
crazy.
Matrix, China Mac.
But hashtag Sneeko and hashtag Schneeko with a SH. But this isn't even uploaded by him. This is some random fan
Yeah, it's a
account
random
or
fan.
whatever. Wait, before we can get off of the Sharp topic, I do have to discuss what is the status of your impending fade with him? How you feeling about that?
Church and I had a conversation
You
a few
did?
nights ago.
Oh,
And
about the fade?
no, I like it was we had a good talk.
Yeah, both turned down the fade.
Yeah.
Mutual.
Who turned down the fade?
Nobody
You or
turned
me?
down
Mutual
any fade.
duckage.
Nobody turned down the fade. Nobody turned down the fade.
So there's no fade coming.
No, hey, we can still box. You feel me? They ain't no thing. You feel me? Like
if
we
it's
can still
not coming
box.
from the heart, then it's good.
We can still box. You
You're
feel
gonna
me?
meet him in the
Or
bathroom.
He has said that he wanted to slap me, so I was like, "What's
Yeah,
up, fool? Let's
Mark.
get down."
You should fight in the
That's
bathroom
where
here.
it came down. So then
Yeah.
he
That's pretty
said,
gay.
I'm gonna slap you. And then I said, like, what's up? We gonna get down. And he said, well, I just said that because I heard that you were saying you wanted to fight me. I was like, well, I said I wanted to fight you because you said you was
You
gonna
ain't
slap
hearing
me.
from me. Who the fuck you hearing from? 'Cause for sure, I ain't never said nothing about
I
that.
said, that's what I told him though. I was like, don't let your fucking chat gas you up or somebody say some shit to you. Like,
But at the end of the day, you the Mark.
this fool called me and we actually
Mark.
Wait,
he
who's a
made
Mark?
me I'm a Mark.
Lush. Oh, okay.
Fuck out of here,
How
fool.
pumped was he in the chat for the fade?
Oh
Like,
no,
I'll
no, that
probably
was
beat
right.
him up. He don't want to see me.
But he's way more
Look,
like down to
Why'd
fade
you
somebody
call?
than
Hold
me.
on.
Why'd you
Or a
call?
lot
You
of
know
other people.
how
Hold
phone
on.
calls.
Hold
You
on.
know what phone calls do.
I didn't call him.
Phone calls.
I didn't call him.
Okay,
He called
but
me.
at the end of the day,
He
you
called
know
me.
what phone calls do.
They bring peace.
Nigga, pull up.
They bring
Nigga, we'll
peace.
talk when I
They
see
bring
you.
peace. Yeah.
That's what
Well,
you do with that.
And look, this is how the combo started. He called me. He was on timing. You feel me? He was like very upset, and I was like,
So you marked out.
"No, I didn't." Because
You
I
just
said,
admitted. You
Hold
just-
on.
No.
"Dick, stop trying to fucking
Dick.
no.
Come on,
Listen to what
Dick.
happened.
Hey, don't be. I'm
Listen
out
to-
of here, dude.
This fool said, this fool was very pissed off. He called me. He's like, "What's up?" I was like, pull up right now." He's like, "Where you at?" And I told him the intersection. I said, "Pull up." You feel me? Boom. Conversation over. Send me a DM on Instagram. I responded to the DM. Just remember, you started all this. That's what I said. He called me. You feel me? He called me.
Those are called copping.
Please, bro.
Sweetie.
Do you want me and Sharp
You
to fight?
started all
We can
this.
fight. He did start it. Every single thing that started, every single interaction negative between me and Sharp was started by him.
But I'm saying
100,000%.
you already were at fade status. So
right, and he
why
said so
are you
after
telling
that,
somebody
he
who
said-
started what?
But that's not even. He said, I started it, so let's finish it. I said, all right, for sure. You feel me? I said, pull up. Then he called. When he called, we just started talking. Next thing I knew, we weren't mad anymore. Like in 2 hours.
I mean, at least somewhat related to
both
that.
Turned down the fade.
I feel like
You turned down the fade, fool.
I've seen multiple clips from Sharp's recent crash out, month or so long crash out, in which it seems like he's unwilling to say anything negative about almost anybody, where they're even bringing up like a certain YouTube commentary channel that I shall not name, and he's just like dick riding him, like glazing him, and I'm like, bro, this is a channel that has made like
80 million
tons of
joint
videos
views.
about
Yeah.
you. Yeah, who hates you?
You.
And he's like kind of defending it and being like, nah, like he cool, church, he's all right. And like I heard him saying, even like T-Rail and AD have like roasted the fuck out of him and made it clear that he's not welcome on their platform.
Yeah.
And he's still like, they cool, I would be happy to go have a sit down with him or whatever. And I get what mode he's in because
Yeah.
I've been there before, where like you feel like the world is coming down, crushing you, like your spirit is just being destroyed on a day-to-day basis. So you're basically like down to like end any beef with whoever because you're so like, God damn, I need a friend right now. And I feel like he's so in that mode that I'm not surprised that he was like happy to fucking. I know if I called him right now that he would be happy to fucking put an end to it.
And to be honest, like our conversation, like that was discussed multiple times. And I was like, why don't you guys just talk? Why haven't you and Adam talked? Will you talk to him? Like,
because keep in mind, this wasn't that serious. He was supposed to come on the podcast with us. He was even supposed to come on the podcast with Wack, but I think he was enjoying the clout rush so much, and he had like a good month reportedly on YouTube. Yeah. So I think that was kind of egging him on to keep going with it. And like now that the numbers have returned to earth and he's kind of like realizing what his life actually is, which is that he's stuck in LA and he doesn't really have any friends.
I kind of made him be cool with it. I'm like, bro, man, motherfuckers didn't give a fuck about you 2-3 years ago. I'll be watching that shit laughing at that nigga. Like, he's just a funny guy. Like, he's a funny troll and he knows how to troll. Like, there's certain shit that he says about certain people on there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand why because it's like, okay, your jokes, they're not valid and you're keep on beating on one subject when it comes to
I also just feel like he don't want to sit down with me because when it comes to an actual like battle of wits, like I can make people laugh.
Beyond a battle of
you
wits.
can just complain. Like I've got a track record. I can be funny. I can be smart. I got a lot more tricks in my bag than you. So I don't think he really wants to sit down with me. Especially he don't want to sit down with fucking whacking me. He don't want to sit down with y'all and me because like it's just gonna be like he's gonna sink in that environment.
It's beyond a battle of wits though.
Go ahead.
It's beyond a battle of wits. It's beyond a battle of what's right and who created this situation and who's at fault. And he might not necessarily want to dissect that in a coherent way. Even like when him and I were talking, I was like, bro, could we like stick to one subject before we just go off on a non sequitur? Like I literally said that to him. He's like, nah, fuck that. I was like, all right, dude. Yeah. Like I'm really trying to have a conversation with you right now.
But like
eventually he did.
Your personality with Wack is like, that's why y'all show does what it. You don't believe shit that comes out of his mouth. Every time he says like, yeah, all right. That's some bullshit. Like, you gotta prove it. Like, it is like you the only person that makes Wack explain itself. Like, 100%. You know what I mean? And that's why people really tap in. Like, I see the dynamic now because I started. Why at first I didn't watch it because I just didn't like it.
This is Remo calling for some reason.
Hey, Adam, hold on. I'm finna merge in with Butter right now.
Butter?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, hold on.
That's the last person I thought you were going to be calling me about. Interesting. Okay.
Hey, why you let them folks beat your ass when you went to jail, brother?
We get a Butter update. That's cool. I'm into a Butter update. I can't believe it's not Butter.
Hey, Butter. Yeah.
What's up, my boy? How you living?
No, G, how you coming, man?
Hey, I'm with Lush and Bricc, baby. How you living?
Man, I'm living good. I'm glad Bricc Baby right there on both grades. You said, what he said, I would read the dirty jail and he did technical.
Who the fuck said that? Tell him that never came out my mouth so he can stop real quick.
Wait, he's saying that he never dissed Dirk.
That never came out my mouth.
No, I ain't say nothing about you dissing Dirk.
No, I never said nothing about you snitching on Dirk.
Yeah, he said that he's a
Yeah, I never ever in my life.
Now look, I'm trying to say, look, she goes, I'm just typing some shit. I ain't watched the whole thing, gang. I ain't even watched that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, hell no. You know how, man, come on, bro. You know who the fuck we dealing with, cuz. You know we was down there. You know what we was on, nigga. I never said that, though. That never came out my mouth.
Hey, 6.3K viewers, by the way. 63. The viewers are 63rd.
That's what I said. You know, I was finna ask you, nigga, why you let them people do that? I was finna get the troll of your ass. You on some serious shit. Nigga, I ain't say no shit like that. You know you my boy.
I can never be serious with you, man. I just told you I was trying to get some money with you before I got involved.
Come on, man. It's like that. Don't worry about that. Watch the shit. If you can watch it, watch it.
Yeah, but
I'll watch that shit later, man. I'm definitely gonna watch that shit later.
But yeah, how they treating you in there? Anybody try to bust any Lil J moves on you or what?
Man, you know what? Unfortunately, man, I'm like how they got R. Kelly in this bitch, bro. I'm about myself.
Oh, these PC'd up?
Oh, for real? That's crazy. Wow.
I don't need to come out my cell. I don't need to come out the cell with people, man. You know, literally, Osama was just down here, and he had motherfucker had sprayed some shit on him on his way on the visit. So he's supposed to pay his county right now. So with me being a high profile inmate, they got me.
Wait,
PC on one side.
you're saying they hit Lil Zay Osama with the Glock Dookie? Did you say they sprayed some shit on him?
Yeah, man.
Is that that's really what you just said?
Yeah, he got Glock Dookie. What the fuck?
They blast my boy. He's suing them though, man. You know what I'm saying? He got a nice little lawsuit.
Suing somebody over a Glock Dookie is almost as crazy as getting Glock Dookied in the first place. What the fuck?
I think it's a good lawsuit.
That's a good lawsuit.
Yeah.
You let somebody put feces on me. They got you in high power.
I say, you know, that's crazy, man. You know, it's tuberculosis, all type of shit from that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then with any time high profile inmate touch any jail, you know, they supposed to protect them at they highest fullest type shit.
High profile inmates in jail.
You got to get escorted by the sheriff around the whole county, right?
Around the whole county, they got keep stuff from everybody, man. I can't even motherfucking go to the gym with a motherfucker, bro. They got me in this case. I'm in the field by myself. It's 3 people on the pod with me, man. I'm looking at motherfuckers. He got more motion than me. They got the niggas that protect the custody. They all out together. I can't even come out the cell with a motherfucker. This by myself.
Like
3 other dudes.
It's like high power.
Yeah,
they breaking the high power.
There was a video of you like that went viral and shit where you was crying and shit. Your wrist was broke.
Nah, man. I had fucked my thumb open. I got 52 stitches in my thumb, and in my elbow, I had 180 stitches in my elbow, and then I broke my jaw from the impact when the car had hit the wall.
Oh,
I
wow.
fucked myself up.
Oh,
wow. That's brutal. That's
sad.
So where was you at when you got arrested?
I was out at DuPage, man. I was just leaving my sister's crib, fucking around. I was with a bitch I ain't even supposed to be with her, but all my case, I've been reading my case documents and shit, man. The female I got bumped with, she got a Floyd car, so, but I got an open case in Cook County. I go to trial tomorrow, so it's like, I think that's why they end up even charging me with the guns and shit, because I got an open case and I ain't supposed to be around shit like that, even with her having a.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Yo,
we live, so don't say too much about it. But yeah, just glad to tap in with you.
And
we
got
1 minute left.
But yeah,
but
I got one question. Yeah, my one question is, Vlad and Say Cheese have been kind of like reposting your old interview clips where you're talking about what the Dirk Lil Pab hit might have been like, and they acting like you fucking Nostradamus out here, like you knew what was happening way before the feds figured it out. What do you got to say about that?
I mean, truthfully, man, like, we as Americans, man, since we don't use our brain, man, you know what I'm saying? You got motherfuckers making songs, you got niggas promoting that shit out on Clubhouse or what happened, like, 1 + 1 is 2, the fans can't grab me just off hearsay. So it's like, he got mentioned 48 times, 49 times in that Rico case, they never came to get him. So now it's like, y'all gotta pay attention to this shit. Like, anybody who ever did do time and in this system, motherfucker know how this shit go, man. 1 + 1 is 2 when it comes.
Thank you for using Global Towing.
But he was still like very like what he's saying makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I do.
It do. However, like he was very like a lot more specific about knowing the way things would transpire. I'm not saying that he's ratting in any capacity.
Yeah,
But it was kind of weird. Like, how the fuck do you know about all these
Man,
things?
they all grew up right across the street from each other.
Yeah.
They know the same bitches. They know, man, niggas be pillow talking. Niggas be friends with ops. So you don't really know that they friends without they ain't gonna publicize it, but they ain't really, you know what I mean?
Lamb Run is right around the corner from 63rd and St. Lawrence, a few blocks away.
For sure. Oh, look, we could talk about non-Bricc Baby things because when you get back, we're going to talk to you about Swamp Stories.
Oh, yeah. The end of his career. The end of Brick's career.
Oh, he's suing him. Smoking swamp pack because I got a lot of copycats. Shout out Trap Lord.
Trap.
Anyway, I guess. Oh, you know what I could do right now? I could do this. My final shout out on this episode to our boys over at everything420.com. Lush, how do you feel about taking a bong hit out of this fucking thing?
Bong hit. Oh, wait, hold on. We gonna do
Oh,
it again.
look, we got this thing. Let's do it.
Here.
Is it? You got real weed in this?
The stuff they sent.
Okay.
Yeah, put the lighter in this hole right here.
Oh wait. Oh, you gotta hold the lighter to that.
It's pretty much like a vacuum.
Okay.
And then the little twist on the sides, the power.
So the intention is what?
Yeah. This is
Supposed
power.
to do that? Wait, this? Or this?
Right here.
Oh, so you hold this down?
No, if you turn it up, it'll be.
Oh, okay. So it's all the way to the right. All right. And then I feel like this flame is a little too,
Here,
is there
try
another
this one.
lighter? Yeah.
Try
yeah.
this one.
Oh yeah. Oh, now we're talking.
Once it's lit, it should just keep burning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not as bad as that gun. That big gun fucking pumps everything up.
Here's a viral clip for y'all.
So the idea is that you could basically like turn the entire room into a big old weed party, right?
It's a good way. It's a good way to, you feel me, set the ambiance for any type of late night hype. You feel me? Or if
Wow.
you want to wake and bake, whatever. I'm not gonna lie, it should work.
It got you.
All this shit work. Like the damn. I'm so focused off of just one of these little mushies right here. These mushrooms.
Really? It got you in the zone?
Yeah. I'm like perfectly focused. And it said like the ideal dose for a day at the office is 1 to 3 gummies.
A day at the office?
Is
Really?
1 to 3 gummies.
Bro.
4 to 6 gummies is a day at the park, and 7+ gummies is a day on the moon.
It feels like this hasn't really like slowed down at all. It's still going. We're still smoking out the room. I'm not gonna lie. The other day, I fucking was doing. We did a bonus episode of the Admin Wax Show this week, so there's another episode with us and Loose that is going to be coming out, I think, tomorrow. And I took one of the fucking mushroom gummies in the first episode, not one of the gummies, like a chocolate piece or whatever, right? And then like somebody basically ended up like sending me like a crazy message, and like it fucking stressed me out. And it was the kind of thing that if my brain was working coherently, I wouldn't have fallen for
Right.
what the message said. It basically was like, I don't want to go into too much detail. It was basically making me think that I was in trouble with the law.
Really?
Yes. And like, as I'm sitting there doing the podcast, my brain starts to like put the pieces together and be like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. They're trolling you. But like,
But that's how strong it was. You literally got noited out. To
the
point.
mushrooms like kind of had me to the point where I like wasn't really like, I kind of like went for it at first, like totally.
Yeah.
And then I started like thinking about it and I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any fucking sense. Why are you stressing this? So it's like the mushrooms, dude, like you got to be careful because if you're in the right state of mind, I think this is essentially done now. Wow.
Bro, that shit got me high. I don't know what the fuck.
What an
that
incredible
is.
invention. Shout out to everything420.com. You know what this is? This is the perfect stocking stuffer for anybody out there. So use the link in the description and use the code to get deals on everything 420 products. And make sure you download the E420 app for the fastest and easiest shopping experience. Now, in comparison to that, I did a 4-hour stream by myself last week, and I took the same exact dosage of the mushrooms, and it like basically caused the whole stream to just breeze by. Like I was just like, it just was the easiest 4 hours on stream ever. I was so in the zone. And so that's like the positive side. If everything's going good, the mushrooms are good. If shit is a little Mickey and tricky, I would hate to be in like an actual like hectic street situation.
But you were still able to navigate yourself out of it, though. You weren't like that deep, because if you were like tripping super hard, that might have just.
But if it was really bad, because I was able, like, it basically like made me take this thing that somebody DM'd me I took it too serious.
Right.
But I could imagine that if it really was a negative situation, like something really bad, that would have been really difficult, because like I can't even imagine like getting arrested while you're on mushrooms.
Oh my God.
You
That's
know?
a terrifying thought. Literally.
Something like really bad. Your girl breaks up with you while you're on fucking mushrooms. That would be tough.
Then on another side, like I've been shrooming, and I will like you're like at the ego death stage of shrooming, no matter what happens, you'll accept it. Like I've taken off like I've taken off articles of clothing and just given it to random people just because this doesn't mean anything. I don't care.
How
like,
much shrooms you got to do to get to that point?
That's like over an eighth. That's like between an eighth to a quarter of the face.
I don't know.
Eighth is crazy. Eighth goes
shrooms,
crazy,
right?
bro.
That's how much we used to do, like, on the regular.
Crazy.
Right.
Yeah, no, I know it goes
That would be
crazy.
kinda normal.
That shit is like dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I feel like when you're in your like teens or and you haven't experienced as much, you don't have as much like polluting your psyche at that
I
point.
was in
like
Amsterdam. You get like their mushrooms. Have you been to Amsterdam?
Uh-huh.
Those shrooms, like, oh no, they so sour.
Oh, for real?
They
You
hit
never
different.
did shrooms out there
Nah.
from out the shop?
I only went there like one time when I was 19, and like all
You
my
weren't drugging
homies
yet.
were fucking banging random prostitutes and shit.
In the red
And
light.
I'm 19, and I'm like, I haven't even started drinking yet and shit. And I'm just like, bro, I'm not fucking with this. Like,
You
even to
weren't
me,
smoking weed yet either?
nah, spending $50 on some pussy was like completely out. Like, I thought that was just like, I would never spend money on pussy, which I basically
Wow.
haven't. But like,
We gotta go back, bro.
I'm down.
Drop
Yeah.
bands.
Bro, the
But I gotta
shrooms
start
out-
smoking some
that
weed
was
because I
like-
can't go out there and just like have that be my
No,
reintroduction
their weed
to
is
weed.
trash.
Their weed is trash.
Absolute
Is it
trash.
really?
Yeah, it's been mid.
yeah.
California's been
You
ahead of
gotta-
them since the late 90s.
Oh wow.
Yeah. You could pick through it. They might import it some fire like a little bit, but that shit
Switzerland
is
got
all
better
like,
weed. They're not even the best in Europe.
Really?
all that shit is like train wreck and shit.
Exactly. It's hella sativa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like-
to leave it out. But I did shrooms out there, bro. The craziest night of my life, bro. I promise you. Like the night went by so slow. Like we was out there, it was like a fucking it's million prostitutes. I don't want to go into everything. But I had like this tennis ball that I took to the club with me, and I tried to throw the tennis ball away when I was off shrooms, and like nigga, 2 minutes later the ball just came rolling back up on me. And I was like, what the fuck? And everybody that was with us was like, what the fuck? They start a girl start drawing on the ball. We at the club. She's like doing
Then you start banging on, oh, 6-0, fuck tennis balls.
But I will say about those like psychedelics, like mushrooms and acid, those are the drugs that I can do, and I'm not trying to fuck.
Oh,
yeah,
you're
I
not
Which
wasn't
is
trying to fuck.
weird.
Yeah, I
Hell
don't think
no.
I fuck off. I fuck
Every
once
other
and I-
drug, I'm dying to get
No,
some pussy.
you-
She
you
called
can-
me a weirdo. Like one time I was fucking her. I fucked the bitch. Like one time I just kept laughing at her. Like I'm like, bitch, what the fuck?
You can for sure like the first 30 minutes to an hour of like a shroom or acid. That's where if you gonna have sex, do it then, or else it's gonna be something like that. When
Yeah.
you just- and I would
Or I'm
say
probably down to make love on those things.
you gotta really like the person. Then,
I'm probably
like,
not going to be able to like just.
You gotta mix it with the Molly if you trying to.
Fuck
hit.
yeah, that's a great
That does sound
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
force
yeah.
flipping a bitch pussy all day.
Wow.
But here's the thing, and this is the best advice I could give because I know everybody thinks of me as the resident knock at No Jumper, which is a lofty title considering all the knocks we got wandering
A lot
through
of
these
competition
corridors.
around here. Yeah.
Is the bar is set high. The best advice I could ever give anybody about drugs, and the reason why I'm still alive, is because I'm a pussy. I'll take less than the recommended dose.
Really?
And yes, I always take a smaller dose. See how it make me feel. I want to control that shit. I want to know exactly how that's gonna hit me at the peak of the party when the music's the loudest and there's the most people around me, and then that's when I'll be like, okay, I can take some more, or you know what, I think I need another glass of water. You feel me?
Yeah.
Take less.
I do feel like with anything, including alcohol, you should really like do it to the point that you feel something and then stop. And
Yeah.
like give it some time. Like even with
'Cause it's
alcohol,
gonna grow.
you know, you have a drink or two and then just chill. Cause like the problem for me throughout my life has always been that like I get like a little drunk and I'm like, oh, I want to get really drunk. I want to get like fucking annihilated. And that basically ruins the experience where like you can have fun, but then you're gonna have this like terrible hangover the next day. It's just not really.
And I think so. Like what I said is an even more stringent version of what you said, because what most people do is they'll keep drinking and keep taking whatever drug they're on before they even feel the effect.
Yeah,
They're not even going to wait to see how it hits them. They're just going
If
to.
you're in the club, just drink that shit. Fuck it. Fuck it. It's like at the end of the day, it don't even matter. The effect you want the effect. To
That's
be.
how you get the.
So speaking of booka, yesterday I'm coming home from the Joshua Tree vacation, And, I'm thinking like, okay, I got a couple things I probably want to watch on YouTube to make sure that I'm ready for the show tomorrow. And then it pops up in my feed. Swamp Stories had finally released their epic Bricc Baby documentary that had been being teased for a couple of weeks, maybe a month. Started watching it with Lena by my side. Normally she doesn't really pay attention when I'm watching random hood documentaries on YouTube. This one got her. She starts paying attention.
She's like, wait a second, Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles is narrating this one.
So she was pissed that she had to go to bed before she could finish it. And she even texted me today and she's like, I honestly might go finish that Swamp Story. Which is crazy coming from her because she never watches any of that type of shit. What feelings were you left with? From the Swamp Stories? What stood out to you? There's a few little things. I'll just toss one out there. I guess like it didn't really occur to me how much work Eric Holder was known for putting in the streets, or that he had that much of a reputation prior to all this. I just didn't really know that he kind of, and I don't know if Swamp Stories is maybe exaggerating that, but I had never really thought about that. Like, I guess I didn't know how close you guys were, and I didn't know what his reputation was exactly.
You knew they were close.
Prior to the Nipsey.
You didn't know they were close?
I knew they were close, but I didn't know how close.
He got a little rep out there.
Right.
You probably got a little rep out there. Yeah, I just don't, what I'm saying? Because then I'm bigging him up and all this shit. Yeah. But I mean, like, anybody would tell you, like, he known for doing that.
He couldn't have had that name if he wasn't to begin with, right?
I don't know.
That was a moment where that was a moment where I had to pause it because Lena's like, "Wait, so was Bricc happy when?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, that was his man, but he didn't agree with that happening.
For sure. I was in jail. I had nothing to do with that. But like I said, they was hanging out in front of the Foster little group home in the hood. I took them little niggas in. It was him and a little dude we call Black Hood, but I think he got moved out to another facility. Then he went to jail and all that. I be hearing about him from time to time, but he's like a foster kid that ended up going to the IE. But yeah, he used to be around and he used to live with me damn near. And then especially when I got shot, he definitely used to live with me and help me get my life together, you know what I'm saying? Him, Avenue Blue, put a special shout out to Avenue Blue, Free Avenue Blue. I got that tatted on me, tell us backwards. You know?
Was there, just to kind of go from the beginning, was there anything about your younger life that they got wrong? Because watching that, it's kind of hard to understand Smack saying that you're not from LA. Like, it details in extreme detail about.
He went into like records.
Yeah. So was there anything in that you like had never been out there publicly and you were kind of shocked?
Like what about what?
Just like what school? The basketball shit.
Like for him to know I graduated from Price, I went to Price the whole time. He was trying to make me. First of all, I DM'd him like the screenshots.
He went to Culver with my little brother. First of all,
no, I went to Culver. I got kicked out of Culver for starting a riot. Then I went to Price. Then I went to Westchester. Then I went to Culver again. I went to like 4 schools. I went to Crenshaw, continuation, and then
I'm just saying you wasn't at Price the whole time.
Then I went to Mississippi because the basketball coach was like, "You're not about to miss basketball season." The whole first semester of my 11th grade year, I kind of dropped out. Then I went to Mississippi, played basketball in Mississippi. Came back, and then I was banned from LAUSD, and I was banned from Culver City. So I went back to Price because it was a private school, and the basketball team was straight still. So.
But anybody that would even question some shit like that,
and I wasn't nobody backup point guard. I don't know what
that's the biggest thing you've been aversion to.
But when they were showing all the pictures of the basketball team, you weren't actually in any of those pictures, were you?
No, those were different years. Those was like just pulling up because we won the state championship. We did a 3-peat. Then I think we lost a year, and then we won like 2 years in a row after that.
And like one thing that Lena said, it was funny getting her commentary throughout it, but she was like, she keeps you're watching it and it's like you seem like you have something good going, and then you just fuck it up. And she actually just said like wow, this makes him look so stupid. And I'm like, you know, yeah, he's made a lot of
Went to
mistakes for
college,
sure.
did
Yeah.
some bullshit. Like, yeah. In these different cases, he had kind of mixed up. Like that case that where he said I got high speed chase and caught with a gun and mysteriously disappeared. No, I was on a 10-year joint suspension, damn near probation, like how Thug is. If I fuck up, I get 10 years. I was in there. I was in L.A. County for like 9 months. Then I went out there for 3 months fighting the case. And then they let me bail out. I bailed out. We went to trial on that case. I beat that case. It was 2 people in the car. You didn't catch the other person in the car, and the gun was on the other side of the car. It wasn't never the gun. They didn't find the gun up under my seat or nothing like that. So you got to prove that that's my gun.
And also, that's
And they took a whole lot of money from me and a whole lot
Because
of
in the
jury
Swamp
got
Stories
nothing.
thing, they're kind of painting the picture that like you've just been miraculously getting away with all of these very serious crimes and getting minimal punishment
I've been having great lawyers my whole life.
throughout the years. Part of that stood out to me, I was like, well, if that's true, if he's telling, why did he go and sit in the county jail for 4 years over stealing a jacket? You know,
Oh,
just to go to like a slightly more recent history. That just doesn't seem like that's how that would necessarily work out. I don't know.
And it would check out that he would have good lawyers, considering that, you know, your nature of your family and what they was involved
It
in.
ain't
So,
even
like,
that. It's just, and then by the time I had rapper homies and I was getting money too, I ain't never really asked my mom for nothing.
No,
since
not about that, but you
the
would have
only
an
case that my
understanding.
mom ever helped me with, and it wasn't, I had lawyers on my juvenile case that I paid for, but the only lawyer was, because I couldn't get to my money for a second, was when I got caught with all those pounds. It's the only time they ever really had to help me, or probably this time too. Like, she probably gave me like a couple $1,000 just because she wanted to.
That's a pretty long Swamp Stories doc too. He doesn't usually. That's damn near an hour long. Normally, he's like a half hour to 45.
That is why we are smoking Swamp Pack.
And those
We got a lot of copycats.
and like those houses that he talk about when he keep on going back and forth. Don't go into it with like those houses are like not the houses. Like my grandma's house was not
Right.
that house, and like you know what I mean, like shit like that. But it's like all right,
almost
you
right,
close.
but not quite.
Yeah, you close, but go ahead. you
But
know
he's
what I mean?
also kind of making it seem like right now you are living in the lap of luxury. Like you have like the most baller.
You know, my shit bigger than yours.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, hey, I'm not like, hating at all.
No. I'm saying to him.
Oh, and that?
Yeah.
All right. Wait, but he did. He said that, right? He said you're living better than me. Oh, okay. Now I get what you mean. Because I'm watching that, and it's like he's describing it like you're fucking shack, just living in like the ill. And I'm kind of like, I mean, I ain't been to your house. I don't know, but it's like it. I mean, it just seemed like he was making it out to be
come
like,
on, bro. It's a cool house.
Bro,
You know
Okay.
what I mean? It's not a super cool house.
But
It's
he's
a
also
cool
basically
house,
saying
like-
that you're living in the lap of luxury from getting like $100,000 for killing Lil Pab.
Nah, he was saying I got $1 million.
He's the,
Oh, okay, right.
the name of the video is Lil Durk's Secret Crip Assassin.
And that's why we started watching it, because I was going to wait to watch it. And Lena saw that title and she was like, Dirk's Secret Crip Assassin. She's like, what the fuck? And I could tell that she was scared. And I had to break down, because she doesn't know shit. I had to break down. I'm like, okay, so he's allegedly had to do with this thing with Lil Pab. She don't know what the fuck a Lil Pab is. She don't know what a Quando Rondo is. I'm having to explain so many little things. It's like a 20-minute explanation before I can even press play on the video. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy.
She's like, and you have him around my child?
She didn't say that, but I kind of got a little bit of that.
You don't have to say
Yeah.
it.
That's kind of what I was thinking a little bit. So
this
I
would have
mean,
never happened if you were covering country music.
I know she's like, he plays both sides as well. He's very two-faced. Like, he come around, act like a square, and he's
Never would have thought.
killing people at the fucking gas station in the middle of the day.
Just shootouts, full blown shootouts.
no, 100%. Yeah, that kind of blew my mind. Anyway,
Yeah, but nah, like did a little homework. Some shit was off. My mom don't know no goddamn Big Meats. Like my mom didn't. My mom,
His mother
my mom's
knew Big Meats.
Well, they also make it like when you went to Atlanta, you were like 100% like linked in with BMF, like you were working for / with.
That's doing too, but
I always kind of took it as more like you were around, but you were kind of doing your own thing. You like knew them, but I don't know.
I got the death before designer tech, but I wasn't. They don't sell weed and shit. I don't sell dope. So you get what I'm saying? I mean, well, you know, but
That's
I
what
was
I thought,
around.
yeah.
We was hanging out.
If they were that good of friends, you would have been Blue Da Vinci.
No, I didn't rap then.
Okay.
I wasn't even thinking about no rapping.
You know what? Also, like when you're watching it, you get a little bit of that feeling of like JT the Bigger Figure, where it's like like when I interviewed him, he's telling me his life story, and I'm kind of thinking like, how the fuck is this seriously all one person who had all these different experiences? And I was kind of feeling like that watching it. It's like, and then he was doing this, and then he was doing that, and I'm like, that is just so much for one human.
You got to think they got a young LA nigga. You got to think all Meech and them, they love Crips. So I'm a young LA nigga, fresh out of juvenile hall, out here, extra out. They got chopped. They got big old gun. Man, let me hold that motherfucker. Where we going?
Or what about?
You know what I mean?
What about like?
I can have this. Like, all right, come on.
What
where
about
we
like
going?
Bricc Baby had, you know, young rolling 60s waiting at LAX, and they would track the guy to his home, send Bricc Baby the address, and then Bricc Baby would go there and relieve them of all their possessions. And I'm kind of thinking like, bro, if you got like a worker who's waiting to LAX and you really like the champion, then you probably also don't need to be the one running up in the spots as well. I mean, that just seemed like a little, I don't know.
They got him sounding like he's like Venom. You
Yeah,
feel me?
like,
He's
like Batman.
Yeah,
No, like Joker, I guess. Yeah.
like you straight up escaped from Arkham Asylum.
Sometimes I feel like that about myself too, because I'm telling stories about shit I was doing 20 years ago, and it just doesn't, given what I'm doing now, it just sounds kind of made up. Like, you know,
I mean,
but yours has so many stars in it. Same thing with JT. It's like there's too many like big names in the story for it to just be regular.
JT wasn't lying, and Swamp Stories was pretty accurate too, apparently.
That's real.
Right?
I guess.
Yeah, he's like an 80%.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
He's like
pretty
an
fucking
80%.
accurate.
He had like dates and details fucked up, and me fucked up at the end. Yeah, me all the way fucked up at the end. But I mean, it's cool. And then, you know, he did his research.
San Diego still need that fade with Swamp Stories.
Yo, but I don't even want to reveal it.
Sorry for not returning your call previously.
Oh, wait, did we just get to hear his real name or his real voice?
That was folks in it? Oh.
Now I got to get off Do Not Disturb because he's not picking his fucking phone up. He wanted to have a conversation, but yeah, he didn't pick up right there. So
I have a friend who's like pretty connected and has good intel on who Swamp is.
Really?
Yeah.
We about to do it. We about to do a skit, but
I fucks with Swamp though, so I ain't trying to. You feel me?
We were supposed to link up with him on one of the No Jumper trips that took place this year. It didn't really happen, but it's definitely possible.
Yeah, no, he's.
Nah, I'm gonna make. I feel like
Booker.
Yeah, nah. I like. At first, I used to talk to him and shit, but I'm gonna give him his space. I ain't fucking with him like that.
Really, that video was a little too much.
Yeah.
But you kind of like it though too.
It's cool. It didn't really do too much, but it's like you type of nigga that try to get close to me and start talking to me, me and some shit just because you like to tell stories and troll. He's a cool guy. I like him still. It's just like
right. I mean, why would you? Definitely, you can't like say nothing to a YouTuber that you wouldn't say to a regular person.
For sure. Yeah. I didn't give him no intel on the story though. He was telling me he wanted to. He like, oh, so what happened? Like, bro, shit, you found that? Research it, nigga. I don't know. Keep on going. Like, nigga, I'm not about to give you none of that shit.
He might be like the ultimate troll in the entire like YouTube streets if you think about it, because at the end of the day, he's under this veil of anonymity that like gives him so much more autonomy. Like even like we knew who Ak was during War in Chirac.
Yo,
What's up?
are we live?
Oh, we live.
We're
we
live.
live.
We're live, fucker.
So how is little Zaire feeling?
Ladies and gentlemen, Swamp
Hey,
Stories. How you doing? We
hey.
just called you the ultimate troll of YouTube.
Yeah, literally, because you're untouchable, and it gives you this aura that other creators can't really touch.
With
Because
Well,
1090
Zaire
Jake
gonna
out here
fuck
getting
you up.
security and ARs and Trap Lord Ross got a
Listen,
10-inch blade around on his waist. You know,
you're not afraid of the
Listen,
booka.
I'm not a convicted felon, so I can carry whatever the I want, and I'm not worried about nobody, especially in LA, but nobody in general.
Squabble City.
Yeah, Squabble City.
Squabble Central.
Pull up though. That's what I'm saying. What you talking about? You ain't worried about nobody in LA. You gotta test the waters.
Y'all don't do nothing but fight each other. There's nothing, no
hey.
gunplay going on around that bitch.
But guess what? When we strip you of that blick, we go booka booka booka.
Hey Bricc.
Yeah.
Why are you playing with Gucci Man like that?
I take it you haven't been watching the episode. We just talked about that for like an hour.
Swamp. Why'd you get stripped in Sunnydale?
Hey,
Why'd you get stripped in the Sunnydale projects, bro?
Who, me?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What you mean, bro? Why'd you get stripped in Sunnydale?
I've never been stripped in my life.
Allegedly.
I've stripped somebody you know though.
Who that?
Who?
We're gonna talk about it. When I come on No Jumper one day with my bare face, we're gonna talk about it.
You ain't coming through with a bare face. You ain't ready for all that smoke.
I will.
What?
I just need a plan for how I'm gonna execute it, and then I'm gonna do it.
Well, you're gonna leave the country after, or unalive yourself, or what's the plan?
I'm gonna pull a trap lord. I'm gonna go across the seas.
Hey, but this is the most we've acted like the world has heard your real voice because you're not putting on the Michelangelo accent.
I feel like, yeah, if you go back to the old stuff, you hear a little bit more of like a real voice. But now it's like, oh, Bricc baby, the ultimate killer.
I tuned it down a little bit. I was just trying to figure out the best way to do it, and I was saying,
Hey,
I was sounding a little too animated.
Can you give us an update on the beef with you and Trap Lord Ross? He said he's smoking on that swamp pack.
All right, let me talk about it. So back in the day, about a year ago, we ended up running across the same topic for a video.
Mm-hmm.
He accused me in the DM of copying his video, even though I didn't even put out the video because he put it out. He accused me of copying a video. Then he proceeds to copy 3 straight videos of mine, the Honeycomb Brazy one. And there was 2 other ones. He already copied the Draco one way back. He's copied about 4 of my videos so far, and he calls me the copycat. That doesn't even make sense.
Well, I think that's get back for you copying one of his videos, because he basically put it out there like,
ever.
I have had a conversation with Trap Lord Ross, and I hope I'm representing his side of the story correctly, but he basically said that he was in a group chat with you and a couple other like YouTube essayists, etc., and that he threw out a video that he was working on, and you basically like raced to do that video before he could put out his video, and then he kind of confronted you about it, and you were just basically like, "Hey man, that's how the game goes. Like you know, that's the shit. It is what it is."
That's not what happened at all. That's not what happened at all.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
All right.
Listen, Bricc. Bricc, you're all over my mind today.
Pause.
Ain't no pauses over here, my
Okay.
Booka Gucci.
But so what happened, bro, was I don't know shit about things outside of California. I just be bullshitting. So I had a guy doing my research, and he put together a document months ago of the same topic. So I just wrote a script for it. And then when we touched base about it, it ended up being basically the same shit as he did. And then I told him that, and he was like, "Oh, you're stealing my video." And I didn't even put out the fucking video out of courtesy, and he's still mad. Like, I don't know what he's mad for.
Oh shit! So wait,
But if he wants to diss, we could run a fade. Like, I will beat the fuck out of the little bitch.
Oh shit! Well, we don't even know what you look like. We don't know how tall you are. We don't know what race you are. We got no clue about you.
We don't
need to. Hey, Bricc.
What up, chump?
Are we good?
Yeah, it's love.
Well, I don't think you guys should be good so quickly, because you are out here trying to convince the whole world that he's a snitch, one of the worst labels you could put on a motherfucker from the streets.
Listen, I got questions, Bricc.
Yeah.
All right. On the video, you caught about 4 straight Class A felonies in Georgia, back to back to back to back, in the span of 2 years, and you never went to prison. What the fuck happened?
I had a great attorney. I went to trial. How you say that shit disappeared when I went to trial on the gun case?
I'm just
You
saying.
can't look up the trial on the gun case?
That's all. Huh?
I said you can't look up the trial on the gun case. My shit got dismissed in trial.
Listen, I had a paralegal go through your. This is why the video took
We
so
could
long.
call Daniel Kane.
Huh?
I said I could call my lawyer. I could call Daniel Kane. You should be able to go research any type. I've never had an interrogation. The only one I had an interrogation on was probably when I was 17, and they definitely probably don't got that because I was telling the officer I went to fuck his daughter. And
Juvenile records are sealed regardless.
What the fuck?
What I'm saying, the paralegal, there was no further information about your cases, which in Georgia, everything's out there. You can find anything about it. It's not like LA where they seal everything. So
I could get whatever from my lawyers or whatever. I gotta go get. I already know my shit.
I gotta put something else out there.
But nah, my shit got dismissed second day of trial.
All right, I got a better question. I was on Snoopy Badass's stream earlier watching. And by the way, horrible stream. He was watching. He was reacting to my video.
Yeah,
and what he said was that he thinks that you took down BMX. And he was saying that you're the reason why Big Meech went down, and that when you caught those 75 pounds, that
Big Meech was already in jail. What the fuck are you talking
Wait,
about?
how is that not an amazing stream? What are you talking about, Swab? That sounds incredible. He really said that?
Yeah, he said it, but his quality was so bad that I'm gonna get him right.
You gotta respect it. You gotta respect him for doing a Sherm stream, though. You feel me? That's a YouTube first.
You love a good snitch streamer, huh? Talk about I'm gonna get him right. I'm gonna get him right.
But listen. I never said in the video that you had anything to do with Big Meech going down. I never even insinuated that because they went down. They went down in 05. Your case was in 06.
Yeah.
So, but
that was like a little subtle diss. I felt like you see how he did that right there. Yeah, he was trying to be slick. I felt like the way you said that right there, you were trying to insinuate. You were like, oh, well, it couldn't be. You're kind of saying like, damn, it's a year later, so it could be related. There might have been information that was given, etc.
No.
Look at him. He just mad because he marked out on the last phone call.
I'm clearing Bricc on the Snoopy Badass accusation.
But you seem like very confident that he is one of the co-conspirators on the Lil Pab hit.
I mean, who else would Lil Durk call?
I mean, you know how many fucking trips there are out here? I mean,
there's a lot of people he could have called.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna put this out there. I'll put it on my life that Bricc knows exactly who number 2 and number 4 are.
Well,
if it ain't him, he knows exactly who they are, and he knows them in real life.
I think a lot of people in LA have a feeling about who it might be. And
I don't know.
Some people might say that they just straight up know, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They gotta put their names on there, and then I know if I know them. You know what I mean? Like shit, I don't know who
you
it
said
is.
in the song, we got $1 million for that hit, right? Now
You
I'm not gonna
said
say
what?
what you're talking about, but nobody gave you $1 million to kill a Hoover or something. So everybody put 2 and 2 together.
This guy is
you know what?
insane.
It's music. It's music,
before I
baby.
waste more of y'all time, I got one last topic. Now I'll let y'all go and continue with the stream.
Okay. I got one more question for you, too. Before you do that, though, when are we getting the Spiffy Luciano documentary? Because I want to know about all the work he put in the streets before he transitioned to rap.
I don't give a fuck about him. He's not affiliated. He's nothing.
Oh, okay. It's official.
I don't cover. Yeah. I already looked into him. There was nothing there.
I'm out, fool. I quit.
They say they say that he squealed before.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know about that, but what I do know is that he's got a little Crip Mac in his history, claiming different shit. So,
well, yeah.
Hey, but shouts to Crip Mac, a real one.
I think he used to be from Grave Street or something. You got put off Grave Street or something.
That's what his baby mom said, I think.
Yeah.
Where's she at?
Where's she at?
I don't know. I think she's in Bricc Baby's comment section.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that was her? That was talking about the grapes beat his ass?
Shout out to my grapes.
That's crazy.
Your baby mama putting that out there is wild.
Bricc, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Why are you acting like Eric Holder is wrong?
Come on, man.
Hey.
Chill out, bro.
Chill out.
What's that mean?
I'm just saying, that was your homie. You're supposed to ride with your homie, right? You put him on, right?
Hey.
Come on, bro.
Listen, those conversations I don't have on the way. I just feel like, I'm going to put it like this. I just feel like with him knowing how much I love Nip and knowing how much I love him, they could have figured something else out.
Right, but you said on Cam Capone, you said that you don't want to hear nothing from Eric, but this in like, I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know, man. I'll leave that alone.
Leave that alone.
We'll do some content down the line.
No.
We'll get to the bottom of all this.
I know I don't gotta say shit. Hey, I DM'd you about what I disagree with, but we'll talk about it offline.
All right, Swamp Stories. Good talking to you, man.
Cemetery K.
Yeah, and are you Cemetery? We still need to know. You really still think that's him? I thought that was debunked. Oh, okay.
We know it's not fucking Cemetery,
no, I thought,
bro. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
But let me say this. I'm not Cemetery, but I did have a rap career before I did YouTube.
I know that. I know who he is.
Well.
Peace.
Wow.
Exactly who bro is. It's all good. He cool. He's cool.
Yeah?
1,000% know who he is.
Wow. I just want to make it clear. This is my first tobacco since last week's episode.
I had nothing to do with that. He fucking took that out of my pocket. If you watching this, like, you feel me? Like, I did not give him that cigarette.
Talking to him was so mysterious.
Not as mysterious.
He's a fucking, how does he, like, get... This nigga's crazy.
He's got a research guy.
Nah, he just watches everything. And
he just pay attention,
you go
bro.
back on your word.
Yeah, like it's really not that. When you say got a research guy, yeah, motherfuckers look at Reddit. They have Reddit people. Look at why Trap Lord got ads on his videos. If you want to join the Intel cartel, sign up here. Like, yeah, it requires a lot of research what these motherfuckers do.
Wow. That was great. I know you ain't get $1 million to kill a Hoover.
Yeah.
Yo, he's funny, bro. That was crazy.
He
what
is
a character.
I'll say this. He's been funny on the internet for a long time.
That's true, yeah. You got to give him that. He's kind of like, Travel Ross used to be trying to be more funny in his videos, and he like hung it up to be more of like a serious documentarian at a certain point. Swamp Story's still kind of more in the troll category, I think.
Well, and that's because of the veil of anonymity. Or like if I knew
Trap wanted to start coming to America and he started seeing all that, hey, like, maybe I could lighten up a little bit. But if he's stating all facts in there, you can't troll when you doing it. If you just giving play by play and it's facts, hey, no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not 100% true.
Hurley Films got a dope documentary style video about me too.
That's the first ever. By the way, shouts to Hurley.
Right.
Shouts to Hurley for dropping the first.
How many views you got on that? Shout out to Hurley. Let's pull it up so people can go check this out.
That shit hard.
Hurley Films, one of the main guys over here at No Jumper. Inside the deadly gang ties of Bricc Baby, the full untold story. Why am I not subbed to Hurley? Hurley got a few other
great channel.
Damn, 153 on a video about Fatso.
Scrolly 229.
229. Hey man, he out here. He's doing his thing.
Can we give Hurley a few?
He gotta give him. That's why I had to stop and do that because he didn't. Cause he asked me a couple things, but he didn't ask me. He didn't get the documentary for me. He really just play by played it. Like did a good job.
Interesting.
I mean, we do work at the same office. Certain shit, he's like, "Hey, man, I seen it. You know what I mean?
Take that out."
He was being cool about it.
Yeah, definitely. So you guys get a chance to watch the Quando Rondo,
unfortunately,
interview the academics did.
Man, big bruh.
I was a little bit let down. Obviously, he got what he could out of them. But like the first 10 minutes of it are pretty much them talking about food, and then
first of all, can we talk about this?
He really stands on business and shuts down when they try to talk about
can we
the
talk
dirt
about
thing.
Can we talk about the food thing real quick? Because Quando Rondo And this is why I have a whole new perspective on this guy. This is a guy that got dissed on the Free Dirk song.
Right.
You feel me? I'm on a song with big rappers like Bricc Baby and Adam 22 and Trap Lord Ross.
I am a big rapper. Thank you.
You feel me? Like, and I chose to diss Quando Rondo on that song, not just because of my love of Dirk, you feel me, and my affiliations, whatever they may be, you feel me, with certain people. Regardless of that, the fact that now I see Quando Rondo as a actual child because he thinks Olive Garden is a good restaurant.
Well, I think
you're a fucking child.
But I thought Ack was kind of saying that. Like Ack seemed like he felt like Olive Garden was a pretty nice restaurant.
Well, I feel like
he
Quando
said
did as
Olive
well.
Garden ain't shit, bro. He said nigga go to the Palms and say he said that shit ain't shit. He was like, nigga, he like that's some quick shit you go, cause Ack was saying something about no ops gonna be there, and his eyes opened up like, boy, that shit ain't shit, boy. You don't know who you gonna see at Olive Garden.
The Olive Garden is popping as far as ops.
He might just like the.
I was kind of taken aback by Ack saying that he refuses to eat anywhere that isn't a chain, because I kind of feel like the
strange.
opposite. Like when I'm going to a random city, it's like I'll do almost anything food wise to get some of the local flavor than to hit up like Cheesecake Factory.
But Palm is in like 7, 8 different states.
Ack has a lot of rules about food too. Like he won't eat anything that comes from the sea.
I feel like that's also like with that, it's like lawsuit related. So if I'm suing you, I'm suing a major corporation as opposed to like as opposed to a mom and
if
pop
you're eating a
company
meal and you're thinking about how you might sue the people who made the meal, that's kind of crazy.
Well, why the fuck are you saying I only eat at chains?
I was surprised by that.
That's a sus comment to begin with. No offense, Hack. I'm just saying, bro.
That was a little wild.
He's in terrible health. His health is declining. After hearing him talk, it's like pizza, hamburger. Like, bro,
to think
that's why you're not losing any weight, gang. You need to eat shit that comes out the sea. That might be a great start for you. Go pescatarian. It worked for the Bricc.
And he's an islander too, isn't he? From the Caribbean?
Yeah. Goat. I could agree with him.
Goat is delicious.
Did you see these tweets from Quando Rondo the other day? I don't fuck with no podcaster but academics. The rest of y'all clout chasers and culture vultures.
Ack paid for that.
Big Bank, a real one too. He corrected the record after that. I mean, when you go to culture vultures, that usually is a term that's used for white people making hip-hop oriented content.
He dissed you.
Quando Rondo is someone who has sat down with both me and you, but then also he did a Vlad interview very recently. I felt like a little bit offended by that. I want to know if I'm really a clout chaser, because I felt like we did a pretty respectable conversation there.
We did the Dirk song, the Free Dirk song.
Okay,
bro.
that's true. But I didn't diss him. I guess both of you kind of did.
I did too.
But it was
all
for
in good
the
fun.
grace of the song, man.
Yeah, it's just
but we already talked. We stand where we stand. Me and Big Sad talk. We stand where we stand. Rap back. Shut the fuck up. Or tweet about it. I'm cool with that
I have a
too.
new perception.
Just make
though.
sure you at me the next time. I'm trying to get my Twitter cracking.
After that Ack
Don't see
interview,
late.
But is it even? Oh, is it? Because I don't even have it. That's why I never tag you when I post anything about shit. I gotta get
Don't
it.
see late, and I don't know how to change it. So
Twitter is such a weird landscape
I
to
just want
navigate.
my old page back. That's why I got plenty. Like, if we could go down the Bricc Dip history timeline, oh my god.
well, if you want to know how much of a loser I am, I mean, like I used to pay for my blue check on Twitter.
I remember, and you were hyped at one point.
Highly prioritized in the algorithm.
Okay.
To the point where a user named Adam22 made a tweet that said, "I don't see anything on Twitter besides and Lush." You feel me?
That may have been true at a certain point. I feel like now that's the one thing. Why do I spend like an hour a day looking at Twitter when Twitter, none of it's all politics for me on my algorithm, at least. Like I see so little hip hop content. It makes me feel like maybe I need to spend time exclusively on other social networks, because I'm not really getting anything that's useful for my career of talking about rap on the internet. I'm mostly getting political stuff that makes you kind of mad, but then I don't have anything to do with it because I'm not really like doing anything politically. So I see all this politics.
There's no agenda, what's the cool shit to follow on Twitter now? Like I used to have, like I can't go back to that time to follow the people I want to follow. Like whose tweets used to be
Oh,
the best. Like
back in the day, it was like Zach Fox was super funny.
It was
on Twitter.
shit. It was shit going on.
But-
like even my homies, like we used to be in the same house tweeting each other. High as fuck off Molly.
Yeah, me too. That's a big part of my problem with people roasting me for my old tweets is that it literally felt like it was like me and the other 6 BMX dudes that I'm hanging out with, and any inside joke is just a tweet.
Yeah, it's a tweet.
And a lot of that really just doesn't look that good 10 years later.
You know what?
I
I'll
don't
never
know what's on
delete
my
a
Twitter.
single tweet. And I said some really fucked up shit back in the day.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
don't know.
Dissect the Lush on Twitter. Have fun. You're welcome. Because I said some
I
really
think my shit was
fucked
like
up
Bricc Baby 60.
And
I
there's
can't get in,
videos
though.
on YouTube of me saying everything, every slur imaginable. Go ahead. Find that
It's
shit.
fucked up because I can't get in and I have the passcode.
You still can't get in?
Yeah, because I don't have the number for
Why
the
don't you just make a new
two-step
Twitter,
thing.
my boy?
I did. It's Don't See Late.
Okay.
C, like just don't
CE.
CE.
Yeah.
Oh, see, all right. That's
See, it's already complicated.
That's very complicated because when I think
Fucked it
C, I think the
No,
letter
I
C.
I want to change it,
Mm.
but I can't.
You can make a new one. Bro.
You might want to pay for the
Yeah, I only got
pay for the
25
check mark.
followers or
No,
like
and this is
100.
where I was trying to go.
I
right?
paid for it because otherwise I was going to have to get like an encryption backup thing.
You
in
had
order.
to pay for it? That okay, now
No.
I feel so much less of a loser.
No, because I think I lost it, and then it was basically like if
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
pay
yeah,
like
yeah.
$80 for the year or whatever, then you don't have to get the like because I want to have 2-factor authentication so they can't steal my shit.
Right.
And if in order to do that, I had to like basically just pay for the check mark, and you get better engagement. It gets into the feed more, so I figured
No,
why
it's
not?
because of idiots like me that were so desperate to get a blue check that we were willing to pay for it. That the people that legitimately had blue checks were now had to pay for it as
No,
well.
but Elon took it away from
But
everybody.
to be fair,
Yeah.
I really deserved a blue check long before that, but I'm underground, so no one give a fuck except for the people that really know what's cracking. But I'm you feel me? I'm like shouts of Bun and Pimp. You know what it is.
I mean, to be fair, the
Underground
way
King.
it worked before, where you basically like had to just know somebody to get you verified,
Yeah.
is kind of bullshit. Like I don't understand why. Like that was a bad system. The
Yeah.
current system is dumb as fuck too, because a ton of the most important people on Twitter are not verified, and then tons of people with like 100 followers are verified.
And that's kind of like what the conclusion of my original statement was about to be, is that now that I'm no longer paying for my blue check, I get 0 engagement on
Really?
Twitter. Like literally, like you'll never
Pay
see
for
me.
it.
I'm about to.
You got blue check on Instagram, though, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah.
I'm promoting porn content that is highly monetizable. So even if the only thing that does well as a result of me paying is just the porn stuff, it probably pays for itself. So I figure why not, right?
That's what I see.
Yeah.
You said you see political shit. I be seeing bent over bitches.
'cause-
Oh, and that too, because I follow all these porn
Because
girls, yeah.
whatever you click on the most, it comes down your feed. So
Yeah.
don't think that they're building the algorithm just to.
No,
to
I understand it's catered to me.
Yeah,
I'm in
yeah.
the Matrix for y'all.
I will forever go.
Yeah.
I'll forever go to search something on Instagram and I guarantee it'll happen right now. If I go to the search tab before I even get a chance to search the thing that I want to search. Yeah, okay. I'm
Yeah.
sure I don't want to see her titties. I'm sure. Look at like all bad bitches.
Let's all pull our shit up right now.
And
Let's pull our
it knows that these are the things that are most likely to keep me on the platform. Aya.ovejero. Yeah.
Here's mine.
I
Here's
want
mine.
to see you
I'm
naked.
too professional
mine.
to have
Here's
a
mine.
phone in the room while I'm potty.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
wow,
right.
look at
You're
you.
above us. Clearly,
Wow,
you've been.
Sorry.
You've been
What the fuck?
bent over Latinos.
Wow.
Like literally, like.
I mean, it's just designed to keep you on that app. And when I click that shit, it's always some gigantic fake boobs.
I'm.
And you love them.
And you're mad at that?
them. Oh no,
You're
I love
upset
them, but
about
it's just like trying to steal my day away from me. That like always, and same thing. You know, I remember back in the day because YouTube, you used to go to the YouTube homepage and it would show you your subscriptions.
Yeah.
Now it shows me like they're so good at pinpointing the 1 or 2 videos that I want to watch so bad that when I go to YouTube, it'll just be like, nah, check this out. Stay on this fucking app for another 20, 30 minutes.
There's been a big pair of tits waved in front of your face on YouTube for a few years.
Well,
and you still
YouTube
haven't-
thumbnails usually don't have big boobs.
Yeah,
in
guys.
them.
Well, there's one the Lush What's Up White Underbelly
I
interview.
misused
It
my
always tries to get me to watch that. Yeah.
Pretty big pair of tits right there.
And I never watch Trapler Ross on YouTube because I go to watch it on Patreon usually. So like it's always kind of be like, you sure you don't want to watch this Muop video? Like I already watched it. I watched it on Patreon. Shut the fuck up, you know?
So look, I misused my last piss break. I'm really going to piss this time. I
That's
went to
fine.
make cereal.
We'll talk about something.
Nah, I'll be right. This is like a 60 second.
It's cool. How you feel about our new Lord and Savior Donald Trump taking over America?
We'll see what happens when he's there. But I don't know if you're aware of this, but I when I was on that stream with Whack and Button and them, me and AD.
I didn't watch the clip. How was that?
It's cool.
Yeah?
It's chill.
I heard him calling you out for saying that his song sucked.
I told him his song sucked.
Right
Right
but
there.
he was kind of like calling you out, and then when you said, yeah, this shit sucked, he's like, I mean, what are you really going to say?
But
That's
the thing, he's not a bad rapper. We know AD is a very good rapper. He
Right.
knows I think he's a good rapper. And
Right.
like I'm well across his catalog and everything about him. I just didn't like the song.
Yeah.
It's not like there's nothing that's going to change that.
Right.
There's no, because even if God forbid, you feel me, like you know, things change and I still am not going like that record because it's not a good record.
Loose Cannon is trying to fucking broker me and AD having a conversation. People,
I don't think that's a bad idea.
tomorrow, the additional episode of the Adam and Wax Show will drop, and you'll be able to see us have that conversation, and you'll be able to find out my exact thoughts about such an idea.
I don't think, okay, and I don't know about it yet. So
Okay.
I haven't heard you speak on this.
I mean, the one thing that kind of stands out to me is that it's like us having a conversation publicly or privately. I kind of don't know what the fuck we're going to talk about because it feels like, being that we are both content creators and being that we have both talked about each other for many, many hours, I feel like I know exactly where he's at. And I feel like he probably knows where I'm at. And I feel like us having this little semi-truce is probably good because I think us dissing each other and shit is just a waste of time at this point. But I don't really know like what the conversation would be like / be about.
What do you
necessarily.
mean? AD's got his granny's heart, bro. He's a great human being at the end of the day.
For
You
sure.
feel
And
me?
I mean,
Like,
I feel like maybe at some point, you know, we will potentially, it could go that direction of us having
he was trying to be super cool on this fucking stream and like
to you?
yeah, like he was. You feel me? He was playing a little bit of cool guy.
You're
you know what I
saying,
mean?
oh, cool, like not like the nicest guy, but
Not
kinda,
the nicest guy.
Oh,
you feel
okay.
me?
I thought you were saying he was being Mr. Nice Guy.
no, he
friendly
wasn't
dude.
being Mr.
Okay.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
Okay.
He was playing a little bit like, hey, I don't want to be too. And this is my perception. You feel me? 1.5 whatever grams of mushrooms deep.
Right now?
Yeah. Well, whatever I ate of this that was.
Oh, shit. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But whatever. You feel me?
Shout out everything 420 and everything mushrooms.
Shit's amazing. And this is like a very honest dialogue.
Yeah.
So I felt like he was kind of like, if he was warmer, then he would have like let's say he goes on his podcast with Pun and them the next day, and they might be like, yo, why the fuck was you being nice to Lush? Fuck Lush. He and Mark, and then he like it would have been a, you know what I mean? So he was still kind of on a little bit guard.
Because
and not
Pun's
just-
always trying to do that to him about me and shit, of being like, oh, you want to be friends with him? Like, you want to be friends with Adam? You want to be, you know, like he's always kind of trolling him, accusing him of being like too friendly.
Well, so and then yeah, exactly, and then but Pun's smart because he knows how to make good content because he knows that's going to elicit a good reaction and that's going to make good content. And at the end of the day, quote unquote, it's all content, right?
Yeah.
Until it's not.
Yeah.
And but what AD, like I feel like he was really just he was being chill, and I enjoyed like at least being able to dialogue with him because I felt like he was never like the catalyst of a lot of negativity, and he's just kind of, you know, in the middle of a lot of shit. I don't know.
No, yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the kind of thing where if we were to like really have a conversation, it would probably require one of us to like reach out. And I don't think either of us are really like in the place where we're like dying to do that right now. Cause I feel like if anything, I feel like people are kind of looking at his content like he might be kind of the front runner out of that whole little crew right now.
100%.
The community might be making better content than some of the other people on the platform who previously have felt like they kind of had the top spot. Now he's never going to claim that because obviously he's a team player and he doesn't want to like put himself in competition with other channels that are in their little network, but I feel like things seem like they're going reasonably well for him. So
Well, it's all ebbs and flows, right? Because if you think about it, community kind of had the jump first. They had a lot more momentum at first, then back on Fig, and then back on Fig kind of.
but then T-Rail comes in and he's like sexy, cool. I'm the fun, hilarious guy. And then
doing makeup tutorials. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
how could you compete with that? Like, fuck.
With a skincare routine.
Yeah. How can I be obs with a guy with a skincare routine? I don't get enough credit for that. Bar. I feel like that was kind of funny.
Fire.
Yeah. Let me do the donations real quick before we get into another one. I would like to see what people
no
are
nation
saying.
like donation, baby.
Okay.
Slide that.
Shout out 507. He said, Adam, here's a reminder for the next interview out of STL. Dallas Faux MOP needs to come as well.
Crazy.
Look, man, we've been saying we trying to.
Main tap
I can
go
get
crazy.
MOP.
Shit, I got to check all these artists out. I'm not 100% tapped in, but thank you. I appreciate it.
MOP
We
go
been said
crazy.
that.
Shout out STL.
Gerald Provlosky said, Adam, don't fire Bricc. I fuck with Guwap. I grew up on his music back when Jeezy Fans was around. Watch your mouth, cuz LOL. I like this lineup, though, not gonna lie.
Isn't that
Thank you for
Kyle from
saving my
South Park's
job.
dad?
Gerald Provlosky?
Yeah, that's Kyle.
Is it
from,
really?
Yeah, it's Kyle from South Park's dad.
I didn't know that, but I haven't watched a ton of South Park in my life. But really?
But I can't remember the fucking dad's name.
My bad. Sorry. Save some pussy for me too. Jesus.
Okay, Hink. Is it possible for Bricc to let Adam finish a thought without cutting him off, starting off with yeah.
Yeah, I caught myself a couple times.
Bro, shut the fuck up, Hank, bro.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you sound gay.
Adam, come to Vallejo and get your chain took.
I bet you he won't.
What chain?
I bet you he won't.
Yeah.
I bet you he won't.
What chain?
Bet you he won't. Crest side or hillside, you feel me?
Definitely. The CW said, has anyone done a wellness check on CNN Josh? He must have been devastated by the election results. Sad. I haven't had any upset conversations with CNN Josh. I kind of like that name though. That's pretty good. I don't know if he's upset. Yo, honestly, my whole family group chat, which keep in mind the Grand Mason family group chat was fear mongering about Trump for the first 4 years of his administration. It didn't even get mentioned in the group chat.
I think it was like two L's running for each other. It was like L versus L.
Man,
like,
let me tell you,
at least we know what we getting.
Yeah,
I'm
kind of like, whatever, bro.
Like, we, all right, 4 more years of this. It's only 4 years, guys.
And if he does what he promised and he deports, 10 or 15 illegal Mexicans in this country, I mean, all these motherfucking Mexican people voted for him. So I'm just going to kind of sit back and be like, listen, y'all chose this.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
There's a lot to dissect about that, but I will say that my family and my family group chat being the most like the paradigm of left wing, like the stereotype of what people make fun of Hollywood liberalism. That's my family's group chat, and they are devastated.
Really?
Candlelit vigils. We celebrated my mom's birthday a couple weeks later. You feel me? Just this past weekend, and I made a few jokes and was bringing up election things, and they were like, it was like,
No,
don't talk
chill,
about it.
Yeah, please.
Don't even bring it up. I was like, okay, for sure. MAGA in this bitch.
Wow.
They were
crazy.
I know your brother's like, who invited him?
Oh no! My brother though, he was like, my brother's texting me before, like, I'm really stressed out about the election. I'm like, bro, you're the CEO of Indeed, and you're texting me stressed out about the election. I'm like, bro, calm down.
That's
Like,
what it counts for.
I guess so.
That's got to be good for your LinkedIn connections.
If I made a LinkedIn, I'm sure it'd be bussing. Like,
Whenever I hear about people getting work off LinkedIn, I'm like, oh, maybe I should have done that like 15 years ago.
What type of?
It's basically like
corporate business connections.
corporate Facebook. It's like everybody talking about business shit, basically.
It's
and
good for networking and getting a
network.
job
Oh,
and viewing
okay.
that sphere for sure.
Yeah.
But
Oh, okay.
the main thing I would have on there is No Jumper, which helped me get my own deal, which I got cracking off for myself. You feel me? My own content deal, my own studio. You feel me? And
Yeah.
that's all on the heels of me being with No Jumper. So
There
I
we
didn't
are.
need a LinkedIn. I ain't need Indeed. I ain't need none of that shit. All I needed to do was stay true to myself and my vision and the culture that I love, which is hip hop. And that got me eventually to No Jumper, my favorite platform of all time. And that's helping me continue to provide for, you feel me?
Go
So,
Lush.
there it
For
is.
I
your
like
cats.
it. Alcoholic Gamer sent $5. Always the weirdest DMs from this guy. Weirdest
great.
donations.
We like this
but I
guy.
shout him out.
If
'cause
we
like
had
this
a
guy.
bar, we'd be loaded. If
Yeah.
we were
Fuck with
drinkers,
us.
he gives us good drink.
Good.
His drinks are terrible, but I like him.
Try it. You haven't tried it.
Is it just me or is this lean in the thumbnail, or nah? It's not, is it?
That's liquor.
Oh, okay.
It's like Jamerson.
He wrote, Crown, Apple, and Blueberry Vodka and Dr. Pepper. Enjoy drinks are on me. Y'all 420, but you need more drinks. My drinks are the best to try. Hashtag don't be early.
I feel like his drinks will make me throw up. They're so sweet, bro.
They're
for girls.
I'm just not a drinker. It doesn't even.
But Dr. Pepper
tempt
has
me.
like 30-something flavors in it. It's like the suicide drink. So
I'm gonna do this for Alcoholic Gamer. Dawn.
Dawn. Yeah, donated $2. Bricc, what happened at North Hollywood Club October 18th?
Huh?
What's that mean? That was like a month ago, roughly.
We went to a club in North Hollywood.
I don't know. He's implying that something happened, but I don't know what he's talking about. Freight Shaker Classic XL said running the fades concurrent like a prison sentence was crazy. What's he talking about? I already forgot what we were talking about.
You were talking about
Snoopy
fading,
and
sniffing,
Spiffy at the same time.
concurrent fades.
It's concurrent.
Oh my god.
Fades.
And
Rick
then
Baby better.
that's what the BBB means. Okay, yeah.
Big baby better.
Get a hold of yourself sent $10 and said Lush 667 give thanks on gang and dem.
667. You feel me? One above. You know how we coming.
We got a new member. Shout out to Sin y Libros. Comentados por Esteban Lecotor, new member. Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
I think that means movies and books. You need libros.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And then
did you read it?
Commented.
I was trying. Yeah,
I'm talking about him. He's a fucking. He's our Southsider for the
I
show.
gotta use because I'm a fake one. You feel me?
I know you're a super fake Southsider. You would have North.
Oh damn!
It was
shit.
coming, please. Don't bang that Southside shit.
I ain't caught. Please, I got my ass whooped. At least you could say that about me.
You know
I'll
what?
take a
You know,
fucking
you just reminded me
I'm
of
talking
though?
about with the North things, nigga. You play both sides. You're a both sider.
Bro, you're Brick the both sider.
But you're a both sider.
How am I? He's
you're a
Brick
real
the
both
both
sider. Hey,
how
He's
is
taking
all
that
my
off of
real
him and putting it on him.
camaradas,
Go.
homies,
You
get on
shouldn't
his
even say
ass,
that, bro. Listen.
Hey, he's a both sider. He was
Never-
up there with the
y'all know what it was? No.
559 4155 fucking.
Oh my God, what you're doing to me right now.
I don't even understand what the fuck you're talking
He's
about.
ruining my life.
Yeah.
Nah, man, y'all know what the fuck time it is. You feel me?
That's a cool white boy, man.
I'm gonna read these two. 507 donated again and said, Adam, I got to ship more from there as well. STL is crazy right now. MOP clear the streets. Main tap. Send me this on Instagram so I can remember to check these artists out. Jay Hayes said, Adam, if 9/11 happened today, how do you think you would handle the situation? Live stream, cancel interviews, day off. Wow, if 9/11 happened right now, it would be like a surprise election stream because I saw so many people
we'd be psyched.
Like I'm watching Destiny and he's got like 90K watching him where he normally might have like 8K or some shit. So for sure, yeah. Hey, make me a 9/11 thumbnail. We're streaming through this bitch.
The first thing is we're checking. There's a group chat. You feel me? We through this whole, and you know, obviously that'd be a horrible thing. We wouldn't be happy about it. It'd be a somber tone. But we covering that motherfucker.
Who would have the most lit 9/11 stream? I don't know.
Us.
I'm going to Hassan. I'm going straight to the source.
Dick riders. I say us.
Academics.
I say us.
We wouldn't give a fuck. We'd be like, oh shit.
What?
We're getting canceled over that shit.
Those will be filming like
oh
plug talk
fuck,
behind
he
the
just jumped
scenes.
off the roof.
The most fucked up part is just how there would be hella jokes and memes about it right from the beginning.
Yeah,
You know?
no, it's a whole different world.
You'd have like
now.
5 minutes
my
before it
God.
just became nonstop memes.
Smoking on the towers packs. They'd be
Oh
like,
my
yeah,
God.
like, they'd be.
These kids, heaven will be clear when their age group gets there because none of them are going.
And the other-
they
the
don't
other
even go
side
to
of it,
church
too,
either to repent. So
is
it's
that
like,
A bunch, like,
They don't
okay,
mean what they say though.
quickly a group of people would emerge to start telling everybody in New York that they deserved it and all of America that they deserved it for sure. Like I can already think of a lot of people in my mind who
They
are like,
blame like K-Flock. They'd be like, this is because of K-Flock.
but just 100%, like they're gonna, there's so many people that are just hell bent on being contradictory that it's like, for sure, I don't know if it would be Candace Owens or Tucker Carlson, but like somebody's gonna start rolling with the
how
like,
many drill rappers
we deserve this.
are going to take
The right
credit
wing
for
group.
knowing the terrorists? Like, yeah. That was me and the homies that tore down the towers. That was the vivid power.
Hamas drill would be crazy. That's a lot.
He's out the Trumping this bitch and I'm blowing the bitch.
I hear Use G's voice.
Yo, what just happened?
That's that mushroom.
Yo,
that's so funny.
Lush. I don't think anyone has ever laughed that hard at anything on here. That was insane.
Really? That was funny as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I see.
All right, my last one. The biggest mic. Can I try out to be a host? I have good conversation, especially better than church, and I'm from Dago. I feel like he represented us improperly.
Fuck you, Mike.
Yeah. I feel like, listen,
You sound like a bitch.
if you want to be a No Jumper host, probably the easiest way to do it is like start a YouTube channel and then start making videos. It could just be you talking into your phone, but just make some like, little 2-3 minute videos and then just start like kind of sending them to us and trying to get some attention and try to put your best foot forward. Try to be as funny as possible. Try to, as interesting as possible. Show us what your takes might look like about a certain subject. Like that's going to give us so much more information. I could never imagine us trying someone out unless we had already seen them making, short form content, probably ideally, because even like a 10-minute podcast clip, that's gonna feel like a goddamn
But his
eternity.
aura's off rip because he got to come in dissing sharp.
The
you feel me?
awful lot of cough syrup duo, the camera guy, the little 1 minute news.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
That was dope.
okay.
That was dope. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, just anything short form so we can kind of get an idea of what you might be like on
Start
camera.
making noise for yourself. Once you make noise for yourself, you can start not demanding, but asking shit like that. I like the dude, Young Ant, the Trey Gangster dude.
I don't even think I know him.
I'm gonna send you.
There's
I'm
a
gonna
lot
send
of
you his
dope
clips.
creators in
We
LA.
got an interview coming, so I'm about to put him on calendar. But he's straight off the phone every day, 18, 20K, 25K. Like he speaks well for the Los Angeles streets and he's non-biased.
My advice too is like try to make content that gets some attention without just coming off like a total spineless clout chasing fucking loser that can't possibly conceive of getting views without dissing people. And one example that comes to mind is like, the Snow Rock dude that I interviewed.
Yeah.
Like he got some homie, and I only know about him because Flacco fucking dissed him on the track. There's the only reason I ever heard his name. And he's got videos
Hoodie from the hood
saying that I dissed him on the Snow Rock interview. I didn't click any of it to even find out what the fuck I was talking about. But basically, okay, when I
You
interviewed
talking
him,
about the OG from Dago? Like,
Snow Rock is from 40s,
From
and
40s.
so is Hoodie from the
But
hood.
the white dude, right?
Yeah, but the dude Hoodie from the hood.
but
that be making
this
content.
dude is
I know
super
what you're talking about.
desperate for some fucking attention because in the interview with Snow
Sure.
Rock, I said something about like, hey, you made it to No Jumper. You were doing interviews in the park and you graduated No Jumper or some shit, which
Okay.
I guess that's I watched the interview. I didn't know that he's the
He
one who
took
did
that
it.
as a diss.
He took it as a diss.
I didn't get that till right
I'm
now.
sorry.
Okay.
You are thirsty. That is the thirstiest shit I ever heard. That's not a diss to you because you do interviews in the park. Obviously, we do hood vlogs. We go to people's neighborhoods, do content as well. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. But this dude's running with it, just trying to get some attention. I don't even know why Flacco dissed him in the first place. I never even heard it.
He's a clubhouse type dude.
Oh, he's one of them.
Yeah. Me and him straight, but not type dude. But he be on Clubhouse. I think they clashed in like Rockstar Room or Wax something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Rockstar on my ass as well, acting like I'm a fucking dickhead because I went in Wax Clubhouse Room on Sunday and I didn't go on his. He's trying to act like I'm a shitty dude because he's asked me mad times and I actually went on Wax. My response is like, me and Wack have done like 80 podcasts together.
That's like you're good friends.
I felt like I kind of owed him pulling it up to his clubhouse room. No offense, Rockstar, you cool. But comparing like what Wack has done for me and the kind of relationship that we have to whatever you and I have, I don't know, bro. Be serious.
And I fuck with Rock heavy.
Yeah.
You know that.
I don't got nothing against him. You cool about me?
And I just had
I hope
5
you're not mad-
hours
right.
to just be in both rooms
Yeah.
that day, of course.
And
So
the
I hope
fact
you're
that
not mad
this-
at me because I was in Wax Room too.
And this
You
was
feel
my
me?
first
Like,
time ever doing a fucking hood or doing a clubhouse room with Wag after like a year and a half of doing podcasts together, which to me, kind of says a lot about how excited I am to go on Clubhouse. I.e., not at all. I'm honestly mystified
I hate that
because I
shit.
watched Danny from the Stops videos and he's always talking about all the casts from the Joe Budden podcast. They go in these Twitter spaces like all the time. And I'm just
Spaces
like,
is a big thing.
Rockstar.
that to me
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
but-
Like I
but here-
podcast all fucking day. why would I want to go home and sit around in these weird little chats? Like
Because they don't have kids and bitches.
Exactly.
And bitches that
But a lot
are-
of those people have
It-
kids.
it's
If I didn't have kids, I would be probably hanging out in some
but
Twitter Spaces and Clubhouse.
different regions, different social networks are more cracking. Like in the East Coast and in that
Yeah.
whole like
Yeah.
hip hop, like battle rap space,
Yeah.
like Twitter Spaces and Clubhouse has been like a big thing for a long time. Like during the pandemic, Sue Surf would just be shots free the wave. First of all, you feel
He
me?
home. Didn't he come home?
No, he's
He's facing hella years. He ain't even gonna try that yet, right?
Free the wave.
Oh, it's a lot of people off
he's
his
supposed to be home
indictment that's
soon.
coming home though.
Sue Surf's definitely not home, and I get his first interview when he comes home.
Nah.
So it is what it
My
is.
bad. Get his meat out your mouth.
No,
I
no.
just seen some more people.
Chill, that's
No,
all
look, he got
bro.
sentenced to
I see-
5 years in
Yeah, I know it was something like that.
2023.
Look,
about a year ago.
all I'm saying is during the pandemic, Surf was hosting Twitter Spaces where like Adderall out of his face for hours on end. It would be like thousands of people in there.
Yeah.
And he'd just be like ranting for hours.
Well, the first time I ever went in one of Wag's Clubhouse rooms, immediately it was like Benzino's in the room and like like Peter Guns, I think was in like all these
It's an
people
East
that I
Coast
just
thing,
would
that's what I'm
never
saying.
have thought would be on there. And I got nothing. I've like
Mitchie
kind of
Slick.
like jokingly dissed Clubhouse in the past. I have nothing actually against Clubhouse. It's just from my perspective, it's like if I owned NBC, I probably wouldn't start a podcast in my basement. You know, I like, and so given that I've invested in this whole apparatus and it's like I'm only going to talk so many hours per week, or I could only expect people to be interested in me for so many hours per week, it feels like I should probably take my A game and the conversations that I'm like, you know, actually excited to have and mostly have them
On
on
your
my
platform.
platform or on the platforms of other people I
Holla
respect.
back in 10 years.
Clubhouse, okay. you
Holla
know,
back
that's
in
cool.
10 years when
But-
you're 50 years old and you don't.
Rockstar room be booming though. It's one of the cool rooms on there.
Is it?
though.
For sure
it
yeah,
is.
it's a
For
cool
sure it
room.
is.
I mean, I just don't see you sitting there like answering questions on the floor. Like, what is he getting you there? What is he doing? The Adam 22 interview, or what is it like? Let you interact with the crowd, because I don't see you even understanding that. Room.
It would actually, you'd be pissed off and you'd leave within a matter of
Because
minutes.
I
that
go
that's the
have
thing
fun.
too, is
I
that
like it
it's
too.
like
I love it.
if you're somebody who kind of knows the super obvious routes to clout chasing ass conversations and reactions that people are going to take, you don't really want to go on Clubhouse unless you feel like you have some kind of idea of what you're walking into, you know, like there's like various live streams people ask me about over the years. And I'm like, you know what? It doesn't sound too bad, but it also sounds like a situation that I'm going to have no control over. And realistically, there's probably going to be a lot of bottom feeding fucking people on these live streams that really like it will make their whole life if
but
they
they'll
get
cut 'em-
one viral clip
But
off
they'll
of me.
cut them down.
100%.
They gonna clip them. Like anybody trying to go viral, like out of respect for having you in the room because they know how important you are. Anybody that tries to like talk shit and get you to respond, they gonna put them back in the crowd.
But I kind of trust Whack in that regard, but I don't know if I trust Rockstar
No,
that much.
Rockstar,
You think you
Rockstar
hold me
be
down?
on it more than Whack.
No,
Whack
right,
will
yeah,
let
yeah,
you
yeah,
argue
it's-
a little bit more.
well,
Well, not you, but like
Well, now that I think Wack has like his infrastructure, I think his girl and a bunch of other people behind the scenes like running it, like they don't really tolerate. You can't even get on the floor on Wack shit.
yeah,
You got to have like the other link to even get on Wack floor.
yeah, that's how you
yeah.
get. Yeah,
Yeah, you got to have the Streamlab link or whatever. You can't even do it through Clubhouse. You feel
Oh,
me?
wow.
Like, but for Rockstar, I feel like people might be able to sneak in a few little jokes on Adam to keep it a bundle with you. You don't think
I
so?
mean, you can sneak in and I mean, it's not gonna be nobody on the floor. He only gonna let important people up. If he's begging, not begging, but if he's asking this influencer, this social media porn star, veteran, 2-time back-to-back Pipe Award winning
BWC champion.
Yeah, nah, but if he has him on, he gonna kind of like have it already said. It's probably just gonna be him, KK, a couple of his
Shouts to
mods,
KK. That's
and
been my
then
guy
whoever
forever.
Adam decides to bring up, have him bring
Yo.
up. But
Snoopy Badass already. Snoopy Badass reacts to Swamp Stories calling no jumper.
We're not even done with the episode, bro.
Snoopy trying to get
Yo,
that-
this motherfucker.
He trying to get that
Very few
money
people
out.
are this dedicated to content creation. I actually have no idea. I haven't watched anything he's posted on YouTube
Months, right?
at all in this regard. He's live right now with 30 people watching him react to us.
Yeah.
Hop in his chat real quick.
You know, but I kind of feel like Snoopy has like found himself.
I helped
know,
him.
as a
helped him.
YouTuber. He don't really need to be a rapper, right?
I told him that. I said, stop
Bro.
talking about the snitching. Stop, just react. Just do reacts. Be yourself. You funny than a motherfucker, bro. You making yourself look worse. You keep on talking about this same snitching allegation.
And he was he's all mad at you the other day, and he called me about it.
But he couldn't even be mad. He was on stream. I was in his chat, and I'm like, "Fuck you, dude." He like, "You didn't have to do that to fuck the bitch." He lied. He tried to keep a straight face, like he like, "Bitch ass nigga." And I'm like, "Go ahead, keep doing your thing, man."
He said me and Adam told him the same thing too, because I was like, "Bro, you know, like it's not like we're just playing around, bro. It's not that." He's like, "You," like Adam said, "Hey, you right though. Hey, my bad." I was like, "Okay." Like, if Snoopy would get it, those 30 viewers would become 30,000 very quick.
Yo, I told
don't
you guys
know
about
that
this.
Jerry curl ankle.
Does he still have the Jerry curl?
I think he was at the Jerry curl.
He's an activator.
I think he had the Jerry curl the last.
Snoopy was not happy about Tania talking about him on this podcast last Thursday.
And to be fair, and that's why I held Tania, and that's my friend. I held her accountable.
Wait. Can I just say, I'm watching the Swamp Stories thing, and I'm like looking down at my phone, playing fucking Pokemon Go on my phone.
And they put a picture of Tania in there.
At the scene of Nipsey's murder, and they're like, his girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. And Lena's like, wait a minute, Tania was his girlfriend? And I'm like, hold on, I rewind. I'm like, oh, nah. I'm like, this is a joke about like a scandalous girlfriend.
Like black bitch.
But I could tell
that's
she
like
kind
the
of
picture they used.
Yeah. Like Lena thought that I
Perfect
was
picture.
capping, like that I was just confused. And I'm like,
6
nah.
baby, 7 baby daddies. Like,
Yeah,
that's how that shit goes.
I'm like,
Stranger things may have happened in the
Tania
universe.
got more
However,
baby daddies than she got kids.
I'm like, Lena, you got to understand,
out.
if Eric Holder had a baby with Tania, for sure I would have been notified by this time.
oh,
well, yeah.
wow.
People would have let me know.
No, but
That's viral bait right there. I might
That's
make a clip
super-
talking about that and title it like it's a true thing just to get to the. That's not a bad idea. Keep that in
to
mind.
dissect what Bricc just said, he said Tania got more baby daddies than she do kids.
100%.
That's funny.
Just really let that soak in for a second.
Oh, man.
That's why they work.
You are a walking endorsement of that product right now.
Appreciate the moment. But look, like, so yeah, the thing is, the things that Tania was alluding to, and I held her to the fire on this, were very extreme because she was making GRA, she was making R-word.
Right. She had
allegations.
already kind of done that. That's what I was surprised with Snoopy, is that he seemed like he was more upset about her. Fuck, what was she saying about him? Like, some other bullshit that she said about him than that accusation.
He for
Being a
sure
bum
wasn't
ass
feeling that
nigga.
either.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah.
He really wasn't.
I was just.
And then he said, I'm fucking her. Like, who's fucking this pregnant bitch?
Or trying to.
And not trying to fuck her. I could fuck her.
You're not curious?
I can fuck her.
You're not curious? I
No,
can.
I can fuck her. Like, nigga, I can call her and fuck her.
That's
Nigga,
a threesome of this.
You ain't curious?
Nigga, Tania, tell him I could get some pussy. She said that you said my name so many times around her that she just wanted to see what this pee feel like.
Man, Munchie B made me real curious because he's told me multiple times that her top is phenomenal.
Five?
He said it was 5'5".
That's 5'5"?
For real. Yo, I didn't know.
Nah, I'm just playing. She
Wait.
didn't say that.
We gotta pull this up. Munchie B. Yo, this. I didn't really understand how crazy Munchie's reputation was in these streets. He shot so many Crips, they threw parties when they thought he was dead.
That's the best title of a video.
Yo, 3 days,
What the
234,000 views. Shout out Hood War Stories. They make great content, generally speaking, but I just didn't know that he was viewed as such a menace. Like, I was like, wow, I didn't know it was like that. Yeah.
No. That's why people respect him while he blind. They ain't know.
And that, given that he used to have that kind of life, it must be particularly weird being blind and not really being able to do so many of the things that he probably used to do.
But you know what you can do if you're blind? Get top.
Get top from Tania.
And you probably appreciate it even more.
Next time she comes on here, we got to ask her about that. How was that?
Yeah, exactly. You're such a blind man.
How the fuck are you and him cool, given that history? Like, because you said that like you guys kind of had a little talk at some point to like
Yeah,
make
it was
shit
just
cool.
Like, man, he was making diss songs and shit, and I'm like, man, I ain't finna diss you back. Cause what you finna do right now is when I was still like really in the Ville, like you finna get nigga a gang of little niggas killed, And then, nigga, me and you still gonna be alive laughing at each other, trolling online, like, over this shit. I'm like, and then he had respected what I said. And ever since then, he had, like, tap in every now and then. Whatever, I tap back in, like, hey, bro, like, if he say something false online, or just little shit. And then we ended up being cool because KK and Rockstar kind of, like, brought it in. And me and KK, KK, Rockstar's boy, grew up in the West Boulevards and in the 60s, just like how I did. So,
and I've been knowing KK
we
for
got
decades.
the same enemy. So he like, yeah, he on some cool shit now, bro. Well, we kind of start meshing through fucking Clubhouse and then Spider Loc and all that. So it's just like, you know, it made sense. Like, hey, we can show the world that you own some peaceful shit, I'm on some peaceful shit, and we two knuckleheads. You know what I mean?
That's
Let's put an end
respectable.
to it.
I feel like podcasting. I feel like Jumper helped bring that together to keep it a bundle with you. Like,
Yeah.
to agree, because he was like, Flacco was bringing him around, and you feel me, he was kind of becoming a part of the ecosystem. And
It
all
ain't
that.
like we the best of friends, but we ain't the worst of enemies either. It ain't like when I catch him, I'ma slime him out, or I ever drop a low on him or something. It's just like,
But do you feel like
stay over there, I stay over
generally
there, but
when
we
it
cool.
comes to like super serious historic gang beef like that it's like just better off to try to it should either be a street thing or you should just be cool and be able to be cool on podcasts and shit like that.
Yeah, we in the
But
same field.
it can't
too.
be like you're beefing on podcasts with each other and then also there's sliding taking place in the
That'd
background.
be so dumb.
That sounds
Yeah,
like
that's
not
why it's
even like
like-
y'all doing it, but like
Yeah.
other people, that's
a movie
just,
script.
yeah, but that's pretty
Yes.
much like what happens all the time in terms
Right.
of like rapping more than podcasting.
1,000%.
Yeah.
And honestly, like for me, the fact that Munchie is one of the coolest people, and that's because the fact that I even fuck with him being the biggest Draco fan on the planet, literally, you feel me? And I still fuck with Munchie because of the character that he's shown and that he's shown how it really is. Like, I can't even hate despite whatever, transpired.
Even with the Draco shit though, you gotta keep it tact that Draco did ruffle feathers a lot.
1,000%.
with this situation. So
Many
you know what I
feathers.
mean? It's
Many
like at that
feathers.
point you can't stand in the middle of that beef.
No.
Because that's something that they wanted. It wasn't something like, you know what I mean? Like,
No. But Munchie is a real ass dude.
And then Munchie did not do nothing to Draco. So the Inglewood niggas did not do nothing to Draco. So what the fuck?
But it's kind of like that's why it was perfect for Munchie to be the one frontlining
To
on social
profit off
media
of it,
about
yeah.
it because he's the one dude that nobody's gonna, be able to probably put that on.
Yeah, exactly. Just regardless, the fact is he's really cool and he's a dope podcaster, and I feel that way despite the fact that I'm literally like Draco is
They was
one of my biggest influences.
They
as a
was
human
chasing
being.
cloud after catchy. They was acting like they chased
Oh,
it.
yeah,
Right,
Yeah,
right.
it's
Like,
like, come on,
that's
man.
what-
They got
like-
hit by a car, bro.
Right.
Right. No, rest in peace to Ketchy
Yeah,
and
Long live
Draco.
Ketchy,
Yeah, long live Ketchy.
the truth.
Hey,
the ruler.
I still got mad topics, but I feel like I'm gonna probably unalive myself if I don't eat dinner right now. So, and I also got something I gotta do. So I say let's put a cap in it. Are you guys doing music stream now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sick. And then
Or else
yeah,
I'd be sliding to the movie.
I might be doing. Oh, you're coming through?
I would, but I got to do this.
Oh, okay. Well, no, but that's not till later.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But so hit me up if you want to pull up.
I bet.
But yeah, shout out to everybody who watched this. It was a good stream. I feel like everybody enjoyed themselves. It was a nice one. Let's hope for peace in the streets of Los Angeles.
That's what we push. That's really the agenda we got over here.
Yeah.
Fuck Spiffy.
And
Yeah.
Sharp, also Sharp. I'm not for anybody who's trying to act like I got a diss track. You want to know what? That's the one thing that sucks. You know that fucking other song that we did? By the way, shout out to you for hitting a mole on here. Damn, you really put the roach in there, huh?
Yeah,
damn.
He's a real.
That taking a bong hit of mostly tobacco is insane. But shout out to you for doing that, and also out of Trump is insane. But
Chocolate
For the cause.
is going ham.
anybody who thinks that I'm going to take my rap career, which is experiencing motion, the likes of which very few will ever get to experience, and you think I'm going to take that and put it on the shelf to do battle with a guy who goes home to a sex doll every night? I don't think so. So I just want to make that clear. And what sucks is that, that other song we did with Traplo Ross,
Oh man.
which we're supposed to be getting the video for soon, and it's like people are going to take that as if that's like a clapback at Sharp because there's like
so
2 lines in it.
Yeah.
And like it's not at all. That was like the only time I've ever mentioned Sharp in a fucking song was that song.
Would you say something about a blade?
No, I'm not going
I
to
just said
put
a
it out
blade.
there.
I mean, is that song? I mean, we did so many songs. We got
It's the one that we did out here with Tania in the video and the Blackout Girls
We
and
did like
shit.
7 songs.
Bro.
But that's the last video that we have left at this point.
I have a
we
career
drop
ending
the
verse
EP?
for Sharp. Like my Sharp, like that.
Did we drop the EP after that? Let them have the other songs?
I feel bad that I recorded that now. To be
Good
honest,
question.
Yeah.
You have a verse in
my
the tuck for some other podcasters
them
that.
too. That's brutal.
Oh man, you're gonna give them content for a fucking week if you do that.
The auto-tune shit, we went crazy. on
Yo,
that.
it was that one, yeah.
That one and the fucking Young Boy one.
Oh yeah, the young boy
Both
one.
of
I
those
listened
are-
to that today while taking a shit, just to remind myself. Yeah,
That's my best verse on a No Jumper.
I like my flow on that one really like a
Me
lot,
too.
but then also I just feel like I said so much gay shit. Not even gay, but just like horny.
you were talking.
I mean, hey, I am what I am, but
Can I just like reveal that you said the word penis? Like,
yeah. I rhyme penis with Prius.
But it was a more complicated scheme.
Yeah, all right. Appreciate y'all for watching this. Much love from the Bricc Man, the Lush Man, Adam22, Donnie on the board. Shout out everything420.com for sponsoring this episode. We'll be back.
And don't see late.
And do not see late.
Don't see late.
Let's go.